Get a new intro for you guys. See what you think. Hope you
Can't
like
wait.
Oh, that's amazing.
it.
Oh, I
I
love
thought
it.
you'd like. I thought you'd like that last talking cloud.
Oh my gosh.
I got so into it. Oh my god, that was great.
Me too.
First
I
of
was
all,
like,
we need
oh,
to have a thing. We both have a thing. I didn't see one for you. And second, it was what was that? A bowl of soup?
Which one? The first one I had, like the
Yours,
talking cloud.
yeah.
Yeah, for yours. What was your icon?
Yeah, I know that one was hard to. It was a game and a trash.
Oh, okay. And then the Grogu, and then I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cool. And then it's the tail raptor. Oh
Yeah,
my god, that was
I
great.
might change those talking clouds out every now and then.
That's
Okay.
funny.
I
So.
like it though.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Do you like your little subtitles, your little nicknames I gave you?
Yeah,
you
you
read those?
need one though.
I had one. Troublemaker was under it.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I'll play it as an outro for anybody who missed it, and then you can see it again.
There you
Okay,
go.
yeah, that's fair. Because I need to watch it a second time.
Yeah, I was happy how that came out. I made it this weekend.
That was good. Wow.
Very cool. Thanks.
So yeah,
need jerseys,
Baroness of Bits. I'm trying to find something that worked with the component.
We need to have jerseys made.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Alan,
Alan.
how are you? Good to see
I
you.
put the comments. I got it on private chat here.
See you.
Put
Good
people
to
Oh,
see
yeah.
you.
We don't use
Hey,
the private
there we
chat. It's all public chat.
Hey, Chris.
So this is the. Oh yeah, this was earlier in the day.
Yeah.
So speaking of the topic, this is the full 42. We're going to be talking about our top 5 games that have knocked out another game, right?
Correct.
And not in a bad way, just kind of like, you kind of
moved
don't
on,
go to
kind
that.
of thing.
Yeah. It's, I mean, a lot of them are, I don't know. I mean, you can say like the one that is there now might not have been around if it wasn't for some of these first ones. In some of the cases for mine, yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I was curious. Are all of yours the ones that got knocked out? Are all of those chronologically published before the second one? Because I
No.
actually have one that's reverse.
Me too. Yep.
Nope.
It's just that I played the older one after, and I was like, well, why would I ever play this then?
I actually played. Yeah. I played. Hold on, let me say that wrong. I played the newer one afterwards, but I played it enough, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going back to the older one, and the older one has replaced the newer one for me.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So I'll bring that up whenever we get there. So without, should we share images so that people can see? Like I can pull up Board Game Geek as we talk about these.
Yeah, might as well.
I don't have to look at my
Like
face.
you had said before the show, there's games that we come up with where we're like, wait, what?
Yeah. So because sometimes you say both of you play games that I don't play sometimes, and ooh, what is that? I'm on BGG. I want to start moving around and looking at stuff. So I will not do that though. Let's see. All right, so let's start the top 5 games that have knocked out another game. Also, if you're looking at the timestamp, we're going to be playing 2 games after this. We're going to be talking about Boba Fett, but we'll let you know before that and put up spoiler alert for you. So this is going to be probably a longer episode than you would imagine top 5 list would be, but just in case it's your first time here, it's a long show. So
we hang out.
Yeah.
We'll be done by 9:15.
Right.
Said no one ever.
AM. No.
I mean, I might. My internet might kick me off. I might be done at 9:15.
Oh, well, yeah.
True.
That's happened before. Yeah.
All right. So let me see here. Sharing my screen.
Hey, Brad.
Oh, bro. I'm not on comments. I'm on banners.
Hello.
Hey, Brad.
Neither.
All right. So who's gonna go first? Chris, you're at the top. You should go first.
I have the what? Oh yeah. Well, all right.
There you go.
Yeah.
The
So
top 5 we're doing. That.
I don't have these in order actually.
Oh,
Oh,
me.
come on.
Actually, that's a good question. What is the order that you chose for your list, if any?
I didn't.
Yeah, I knew Mike didn't pick any
I
order.
didn't.
Come
because
on.
It's already being put against something else. I don't know. I don't think there's any.
I didn't put mine in any order. What I did was I thought of basically a mechanism and went there. So there was something that popped into my head, and I was like, okay, what was the game that I played that introduced me to the mechanism? And then I went to, hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett.
And then I went to the game that would have replaced that game in that mechanism. I'll explain it.
Okay.
I think you just did.
Well, free
So I'll do it by ones I don't think people will argue against that much towards ones that people probably will.
Oh yeah, there's one that I'm probably gonna get crucified over, but it's okay. I'm ready.
I know there's some in here that people would argue against. So let me do one that's pretty, I think most people will agree with right here. So I'm saying that It's a Wonderful World
Wait.
replaces what? Do we have a cross?
We have an overlap.
We have that? Okay. So It's a Wonderful World replaces Century Spice Road, which replaced Splendor. It's like a 3-time replacement.
Interesting. For me, it replaced
That's
something
usually
else.
a Seven Wonders replacer.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yep.
Seven. So yours is that it replaces Seven Wonders?
7 Wonders.
No, I still play Seven Wonders.
No.
I mean, to be fair, I play it on my phone.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
Because everybody else in my game group doesn't want to play anymore because they're tired of it. But I still enjoy it. So, but if I had It's a Wonderful World mobile game, I would still play both games. I don't get the same feeling. You get the same feeling?
Yeah.
From Seven Wonders? Both of you?
Yeah, the drafting seems like this game has way more purpose for me. Like, I don't know. And I really like the resource resource gathering phase, like how it's cascaded into I love that. I think it's really clever.
It's a great game. I should probably show pictures and stuff maybe. I forget whenever it's my turn to talk, I always forget to show the different pictures and stuff. But the drafting, you're right with the way that the resources trigger, and you have to build the cards instead of just here's my card.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me it's Century Spice Road.
I can see that too. That and Splendor, I can see that building. Mm-hmm.
Because of the building part where you got to put these cubes on the cards to build them back over and stuff. But of course, once you build these are much more interesting than just an amount of points. So that's why it beats Spice Road, and I think everybody, well, I almost say everybody, that's putting everybody in one pool, but I think a lot of people would say that Spice Road kind of took over for Splendor as well. So it's a triple jump I did there.
Well, then I'm not gonna need to do mine.
So that was both mine and Katia's. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. See, we're saving time. We might be done at 9:15.
No, it's already 9:15.
It's
5 minutes.
I got 5 minutes. We're good.
You got an hour and 5 minutes of my time.
That's true. I didn't specify Eastern. That's true.
All right. So Mike, which one do you got?
All right, I'm gonna do my caveat in the beginning, which I know
you're gonna do. What?
My caveat, my one little outlier.
Oh my god!
So I say it in all of my other episodes when we do top fives. Anything that involves Arkham Horror or Asking for Troubles, I do not use in my top 5. However, this would have been my number 1 if
Asking for Troubles takes over for Arkham Horror. Awesome, I like that.
Asking for Troubles took over for Lords of Waterdeep. I've said it before. I'll say it again, but I did not put it in my top 5 because I don't want it to be conflicting. So for those,
I won't argue with you. It's not conflicting.
What? For you,
I won't
man.
argue with you.
I know you won't. Anytime Arkham Horror is involved in any sort of top whatever, and anytime Asking for Troubles is involved, I don't put them on the tops because they're too close to me. So that being said, I'm going to start with my number 5, which Alan already talked about in the chat. Mine goes from Machi Koro to Space Base.
I have not played this yet.
Machi Koro, I haven't played the second one. It's still in shrink. I know, shocked. I understand. But Machi Koro, the whole roll the dice and things trigger is fun. But Space Base has way more into it, and it's still the same thing. There's still the rolling of the dice. You're still triggering based on the numbers that are rolled. So it's still got that core mechanism, but it's such a better engine builder in my opinion. So
I've never played either.
Machi Koro is simple, right? You're just somebody's rolling a dice, and if it's green, you get paid. If it's blue, you only get paid if it's your turn. There are other things that other people pay you, but the dice just go around, and it's first to build all 4 of these monument things. But this one, you're tucking and flipping, and you're trying to create, like, obviously you're rolling 2 dice, right? So 2 and 12 are the hardest to guess or to get. And then it goes down, and then it goes down from there. So you're trying to manufacture a way that the cards are manipulating themselves or moving around so you can trigger stuff more often with numbers that are rolled. But like the way that you power up the cards, and it's got way more to it. And it's not too much where you can't jump into it and understand it. It is a big game. Table presence wise, it's huge, and it has a lot more going on. So Machi Koro is a good starting point. And once you get that concept of things triggering on other people's turns, Space Base just makes it so much better.
That almost reminds me of Valeria Card Kingdom.
Sure, that gets compared to Machi Koro a lot too.
Yeah, because you have your cards that you're purchasing, hoping that when you roll that number, you're going to get your, the ones that you've purchased, so that you get resources, and then your opponent also gets something. So I like it.
Kokomo Gay.
What? Oh, yeah, good job.
I guess that's Russian, maybe. Cat. Yeah, I need to play it because I do like Machi Koro, but it's kind of lost its appeal to my group, so maybe it'll be a good replacement.
Yeah, Space Base is better.
Oh, that's interesting. I would imagine typically, if you're saying this replaces this, that you like the first one at some point. But I guess not. Brad's saying that.
Yeah, if it was always too simple, then I could see how you might not like it. But yeah.
Well, core
like you got a lot of agreement. What was that?
It's got that core mechanism. Like you like the idea of things triggering on your turn and somebody else's turn. You're building that engine.
All right, cool. Let's see. Back to me. All right. I think this one's pretty much. I don't think anybody will argue against this. So, Dead of Winter replaces all zombie games.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Last Night on Earth. I don't want to play zombies. I don't want to play it. If it's got zombies in it, I would rather play Dead of Winter. Anything else is not Dead of Winter to me. When they came out with Dead of Winter, I was like, this is exactly what I've always wanted, and I don't even need to ever play other zombie games.
I don't play a lot of zombie games, but I played this after playing Shadows over Camelot, and that felt like it was a better game than Shadows over Camelot. Because there's like the hidden traitor mechanic, but at the end of the game, it's a co-op game. You're trying to get some stuff done, but Shadows over Camelot felt like it was the same game every time, and you knew exactly where to go first. It's like this one, as long as we keep it afloat, we're good. Like it was just, I don't know, like it was.
Did you have a traitor in Shadows?
I think we did once.
Yeah,
There's
that's
games
so
where you don't have any, right? Like you think you do, but you don't.
right. So, to be fair to Shadows, it came out many years before this, so it's one of the ones that this is probably built on
Sure.
some portion of it, right? But Shadows of Camelot, the trader aspect just isn't as good, and
Well,
this one is awesome.
and once the trader is exposed, he becomes way too powerful.
Right.
Like it becomes impossible to win once. Like if your trader is you're basically we learned that in Shadows over Camelot, if you suspect a traitor, just don't even say it. Like you just keep it kind of like, yeah, we kind of know it's you. And then you keep playing that way so that they don't have as much ability. So that to me, that felt a bit broken. I love that Santa, by the way.
My first roll, tooth dead. Second roll, tooth dead. Yeah. Yeah. I had a game like that once.
Ed and
But
I,
that,
we've talked about it. The same thing happened to me. The first time I ever played this game, my first roll to go outside, my guy died. New character, new leader. Second roll, dead.
but that's kind of like it's one of those situations where it felt so thematic that I was okay with it.
Yeah.
And I totally get that's a subjective thing for some people, right? But when my guy leaves and he gets eaten, it's just it feels like it's part of the story, and because it happens all the time in these, like Walking Dead and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever see another zombie game that just hits it on the head of the nail for me. That's not how you say that. Well, you know what I mean. Hits it exactly like I wanted a zombie game. So
until Marvel Zombies.
I didn't back that. I didn't have $1,000 to spend or whatever.
It's ridiculous, right? It's so dumb.
It's insane. I don't know. I can't believe they're making a series. Well, we're getting off of that. Game is.
That's a good point, Brett.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
All right, Katia. Hopefully, I didn't step on your toes on that one.
No. My other one, so it's a little bit unusual because it's not completely the same kind of game, but yeah, there's a mechanism that is similar. So for me, Dominion got replaced by Clank.
Ooh,
interesting.
Yeah, and it's because I played a lot of Dominion, and it has its issues. The higher player counts start to suck because you're just sitting there waiting for somebody to go, so I'm going to play this, which allows me to do this, which allows me to do this. And then you're just like, oh my God. And Clank has a better pace, and it adds more mechanisms to the game that are interesting to me. So it's like, yeah, it has that deck building aspect, but I'm also going to like get some treasures and stuff, or artifacts, whatever they're called. And on top of that, it's like the suspense of what gets drawn from the back. Like it was nicely put together in a way more fun way than Dominion. Like as much as, like I said, I played so much Dominion, and it was one of the games that brought me back to the hobby after years. But once I played Clank, and I didn't play the Clank in Space, even though I heard like it's even better than that. I would love to, but I just find that game is so clever. Like it's well done. So it's more fun for me.
I played this weekend.
Oh,
and I hadn't played it in a long time too, so quite a coincidence.
Nice.
I agree. Of course, bad stuff happens. I died before I got out, all that stuff. But yeah, we had some fun little. Well, I don't want to call it out because I'm not the one that did it, but someone got stuck. Basically, that can happen in these kind of things. But but yeah, that's a great game. It feels so different from Dominion though. Like you really you get the same feel for it.
It's the deck building. Like you're buying stuff, adding it to your hand, and then you're shuffling. It's like, okay, these are the cards I saw. Like that to me, obviously, is very Dominion-like. And the fact that you can buy stuff with, it's like, okay, I got this much cash and then I can do some actions. So anyways, that for me, that's what feels like a minion. And like I said, it's not like straight comparison of like the same game, but definitely one replaced the other. That being said, I have a deck builder, I believe Art Deco is a deck builder. So I'm excited to try it to see if it will be a good one. Apparently it is a good one. So we'll see.
I never really thought about the difference between, as he puts it here, river and pool drafts, but I think that is why it feels so different to me, is because you never know what cards are coming up. In fact, at one point, someone was waiting for a card to come up that never came up that would have saved them, and so. Yeah, I know. I want to try the Hunger too.
Mm-hmm.
Vampire Clank.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, Mike, what you got?
So I'm also I brought the Hunger to
Number 4?
the past couple of weeks. And from what I hear, I agree with Brett. I think that's going to replace Clank. I think it does things. Clank is I enjoy it. I think it's going to do things a little I don't know, different. I don't know. But my number 4, I'm going to go with Dominion as well, because something else replaced Dominion for me.
Ooh.
Star Realms.
Mm.
If it came down to that kind of deck building, I would rather play Star Realms. Not only does it have a quicker setup time, it feels cleaner. You don't have to worry about what 10 cards you want to play with this game. It's still got the conveyor belt. It's still got the coins and the aggression. And I think that, for me, that is way better. I haven't played Hero Realms yet. Still sitting over there. But I love what Dominion did. This does it so much better.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit too take that for me. I like Dominions with the expansions and stuff that don't have stealing from people and stuff like that. So because I play these one on just 2-player usually, right? So I think this is only 2-player, right?
Yeah.
And so it just feels I don't know, tug of war-ish to me, which isn't something I enjoy, but it is a good game. I have this one. I also have Hero Realms on the shelf of opportunity.
I feel that it goes so quickly, that it's not it doesn't feel bad to get a bad draw or to get picked on for that game and just get decimated. Where in Dominion, it could just be bad turn after bad turn and people are just running away, and it's like, what do you do? And then you're sitting there, like, Dominion doesn't take too long, but it takes long enough where it starts feeling like it's a drag, where this one is just like, you're kicking my ass, great, reshuffle, let's do it again.
Well, and like you brought up the fact that in Dominion, the setup alone, like choosing which cards you're going to play with, because that's the thing, is like you end up with a couple expansions and all of a sudden you're having to go through a bunch of boxes if you haven't bought something to consolidate everything and to see everything. But basically you're having to, pick out only 10 cards, and it's not all 10 that will go well together. So you're not going to pick like the 5 cards that all basically do the same thing. So you're mixing and matching, and that alone can take you like 30-40 minutes at least.
Yep.
So yeah.
The last time I played Dominion was at a convention with Aaron. We went to a what do you call it, like a tournament, and we were doing pretty good and stuff until we sat down with a guy who introduced himself and had a German accent. And I was like, uh-oh. That dude destroyed us. I mean, we were just, it felt like it was our first game. We were just like, oh, okay. Well, let's not do that again.
Yeah. It's kind of got that, like, I loved Magic. The same thing with video games. Like, I loved playing Halo Online back in the day until, it just started getting trash talky or whatever. But like Magic, I used to really love playing Magic. Then it just became this money thing where like not only do you get the bad draw from your deck, but like now you're losing in tournaments to people that just have money to spend. Like Pauper, I get Pauper helps, Commander helps, but like, and it's not on my list, but like what Keyforge does in that game makes it's still Magic. It's still got the Magic feel, but it takes all of that nonsense out. And that's what this does to Dominion for me. Like it takes all that unnecessary waiting or bullshit in the game out. And it's just like, here we go. We have some stuff. You're going to lose some people. I'm going to lose some people, but we're going to play and someone's going to win. And then we can play again if you really like it. Whereas Dominion, I don't think I've ever wanted to like, damn, I almost got you. Let's do it again. Like it was like, I need some time away from Dominion after you play Dominion once, right? Where this one is just like reshuffle, do it.
Yeah. Have you played Shards of Infinity?
Not yet.
Okay, because it's really, really similar to Hero Realms. Like really similar. Yeah.
It is.
To the point that it's like, I don't know which one I like better. Because it was like that. It was so similar.
You can also play it with more than 2 players.
Yeah.
True.
I played it as a 3-player, which was pretty good.
Yeah, I think we played at 4 at the time. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, but this, like, I get that, but like, you need them to come out in the right order, or else the horsemen are useless. Like that's that like top decking the cards you need in Magic, and all you get is land when you don't need land. Like it's strong when it happens, but like, how often does it happen? I need to play Shards.
Yeah, I think you'd like it.
Yeah,
it's good.
Very cool. So that was your number 4.
Yep.
Let's see. My number 3. Let's see which one to go with. All right. How about this one? Maracaibo replaces Great Western Trail for me.
Oh, wow.
And to be fair, I like Great Western Trail for a little while. Same designer too. So I like Great Western Trail for a little while until I realized, I won't say realize, but it feels to me that there's kind of a runaway leader problem. Like once somebody gets up to the top, they start achieving something, and you're just like, I can't get over there. I can't keep up or anything. And this one doesn't feel like that. It feels like everybody, it still has that thing where somebody hits the end. It's going to kind of trigger the last turn for everybody in that. It's not a
That's
rondelle.
the part I didn't like about it.
Maracaibo or Great Western Trail?
Maracaibo. I've never played Great Western Trail, but in Maracaibo, I didn't like that because it felt like one of our player was constantly going up there like before everybody else, and I didn't get time to finish, and it was really frustrating.
I could see that, but there's like, you have to, the further you go, the fewer actions you get. So it's actually punishing people for jumping ahead.
I know, but it affects me. I didn't like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I played this one several times. I played this first time at BGG Con in November, and I luckily already had it. It was on my shelf of opportunity, so I just came home after learning it there and played it again.
It's a good game. I agree with you on the runaway leader thing. It's definitely got the runaway leader thing. I enjoy it, and it feels great if you're the runaway leader. But it's like the same thing with Tapestry, right? Like Tapestry is, I enjoy Tapestry. I think there were a couple missteps along the way, but like if you advance too quickly and your game ends, the worst part about that game is somebody who's just getting into the third era when you're done and you're like, sweet, I got 90 points. And then they're just like 10 points here, 20 points there, 15 points there. And they're like 180 points. And you're just sitting there going, what the hell is going on? Like that does not feel good. And Great Western Trail kind of, not every game, but it does have that where you're just kind of like, what am I doing?
Yeah, you're getting lapped basically in Great Western Trail. That's another thing I like about this, though, is that you don't get lapped. Like someone might come all the way around and finish, and you might not be ready, but then you move up with them and you all start again.
Yeah.
So it's not like this runaway thing to where you're just never going to catch them.
True.
You know what it needs?
That's what really improved it for me.
If Great Western Trail had a blue shell that you could throw at the person that's in front, game 6.
That evil blue shell. I hate that.
Oh, that's great.
The worst thing about that is whenever you're in second place, but you're close to first and you're about to overtake them, and then the blue shell hits you both.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yep. Or that dumb the lightning that minimizes you and you get run over. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That
Put
lightning
that in
always
great
hits me when I'm in the air.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the
Absolutely.
worst.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, my turn, I guess.
Oh yeah, I want to try Boone Lake. Sorry.
Yeah, no, me too. I really want to try Boone Lake. That's been on my list for a long time.
I gotta get it.
It's right there on the right. You see the image? It's right there.
Yeah,
Right.
buy it. Go buy it.
Right.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy it on BGG.
My third one, I've talked about it before. So, Cosmic Colonies replacing Barren Park.
Mm.
Yeah. When I tried Barren Park, I mean, it was okay. I was very underwhelmed at the whole process. Like, it felt really simple. But the card mechanism that's introduced in Cosmic Colonies is so good that it just, like, that whole polyomino, like having to fill your board is so much better because of that. So yeah, it's, as soon as I played that, I was like, I will never play Barren Park again. Like, I just don't have a need to. So
That's a good
Yeah,
point
this-
about Everdell.
still can have the
This
same.
one did a really good job in introducing those two cool mechanisms, right? The card drafting
The swapping,
and
like
the polyomino.
how you end up with cards that your opponent has played, and then
Yeah.
they end up in your hand eventually, like not right away, but like a turn or two later, they end up. So you're kind of like having to plan, and the like night and day part or whatever. Like, there's an action that from the top and one from the bottom, and like trying to figure out the best combo. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
See, I've mentioned before that the polyomino thing doesn't really grab me because I played Barren Park and had the same feeling. Like, it was just so basic. Same thing for King Domino. Seems so basic and stuff. So maybe something like this would, I'm always looking to find the better version of things. So.
I'm really biased about that game, but genuinely, it's great. It should have done better than it did. It's Scott Alms. He's a great designer. I know he does the Tiny Epics series, and he has other stuff that's a hit. But the marriage of the card drafting and the covering up of the spaces with the polyominoes it's a really fun puzzle, and not as deep as this. Like, this will take you 3 hours to play.
And the components are really fun.
Yeah.
They
did a really good job with that one.
Yeah.
It's worth the look.
Yeah. That's my number 3.
If we do this top 5 list next year, then I might be able to talk about this because I have Feast of Odin, but it's on my shelf of opportunity. As was stated in our top 5 of games on that shelf.
Yep.
So
it's a beast. It should be Beast
for
Odin. That's what it should be called, Beast for Odin.
What's your third one, Mike?
I don't know where I want to go with this one. I thought I'd be able to like. All right, I'll go with what replaced Just One for me.
Oh.
Yeah, really? So I really like Just One. We played it a lot in the classroom when the classroom game thing was still a thing.
But what did you say replaced it?
I haven't yet.
Oh, okay.
It's a good one, and it's fun, and it's easy to get into. It just never feels good when you're playing like with 4 people, and like 2 of them get knocked out, and then you're like, I'm looking at the color green, and I got to come up with something like that. Doesn't feel good. Although it's a fun game. I don't know why it doesn't play 8. It should play 8, because you don't need that panel. But then I played Colorful, Andrew, your game. I don't want to talk about your game,
Right.
but yes, his
I don't
game
know
is
if we're allowed
fantastic.
to.
His game is fantastic. If we could play it, we should be able to hopefully play it on the show sometime. But yeah, then we played Colorful, and Colorful is just fun. It's
Mhm.
got the same kind of teamwork element to it, but we're all working together. We're all making fun of each other at the same time. Like it's just I would, given the two, I would rather play this. So
What color would you pick for bird?
yellow,
Why yellow?
big
Tweety
bird.
bird?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I would
You
go
said what
red
color
with
would I pick for bird? Give me a topic.
with cardinal.
I would have gone blue for blue jay.
All right, there you go. See, that's how great Colorful is.
We have them all over the place. So.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. So blue. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I mean, I
Yeah.
love
So this
birds,
one's
so I'd be on
this
board
one's
with
just
that.
fun. You're in it. You're playing it as quickly as you are with just one. Right. It's an easy rule set. Again, I don't think we play it properly because there is a point system with it. It doesn't feel like there should be a point system with it. Same thing with just one. Like, yes, you're supposed to draw out 13, and if you get it wrong, you do another one. But like, it's got the lateral you can make to just make it fun for the group. But I would much rather. It's more portable. You don't have to worry about the dry erase markers. I think Colorful's got a lot more to it. So given the choice, I would pick this one over just one.
Where do you get it? I can't find it anywhere.
No, it's
Just
hard
on
to
Amazon or something?
You can go to Jordan Draper's website if it's in stock. If not, just Amazon. Although, like Jason's store, Play the Game here in Syracuse, they've gotten some of Jordan's other stuff. So Colorful it became really popular recently. So it's been out of stock a lot.
I think it's because of us. I think we're that influential.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Go with what you want. Matt, Color Brain is good. Yeah, so we need to, I don't know, maybe if we can play, Andrew, let us know, because that's that has to happen. But yeah, this is also good.
Yeah. All right.
And the Disney one is very specific, right? And then, I mean, it's very specific, where necklaces and colors of like bonnets and clips and hairs, and like it is very specific, where the regular Color Brain isn't. It's a little more open to interpretation, but it's still got a fun feel. I still think I'd rather play Colorful for now anyway. I'd still rather play Colorful. It hasn't overstayed its welcome yet.
Very cool.
All right.
Seriously replaces just one for you, though, huh?
I'd rather
play that this weekend, too. Probably because I don't have Colorful.
You should try and get it. I mean, they're different. It's a different type of. I mean, it's still got the same thing. You're still coming up with a word. It's just in a different way. You're coming up with the word.
Right.
Like Andrew's game. You're still coming up with a word, but it's fostering a different experience. Still coming up with the same kind of mechanism.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Very cool. All right. So mine number 2, right? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll do this one. I think a lot of people will agree with it, though. Sleeping Gods beats. Let me hear. I get this list here because it beats Near and Far, which beats Above and Below, which beats Agents of Smersh, which beats Arabian Nights.
Good that Arabian Nights is on the bottom of that list, because
that's the ladder of all this. So out of all of those storytelling, grab a book, open them up, do that kind of thing. Sleeping Gods is the winner so far.
What about Now or Never?
What was that? Yeah, no, I haven't tried that one. And that's by the same designer. So is the 2 before it that I mentioned. Oh, somebody painted that. That's nice. Yeah, I'm trying to get to. There we go. There's the board all set up and stuff. Oh yeah, that's zoomed in. Now I will say the one thing that this has a negative on it for Near and Far is what I'm saying it's replacing. is that Near and Far isn't cooperative, and I tend to lean towards competitive over cooperative. But this one's so good that I still like it better than Near and Far. So,
and Near and Far beat Above and Below for you.
yeah. And I still like Above and Below, but Above and Below, that's not right. Above and Below, but it had a weird kind of Euro feel mixed in with it, where you were playing this Euro game and you're like, okay, now I go to a story and something random happens, which never really meshes well with Euro tableau building stuff,
Yep.
So whenever you went to Near and Far, you did this quick little worker placement thing, then went out to the story, and that felt a lot more like it meshed, But this one still kind of a worker placement. Well, not really. It's just a select an action or two, and then get into the story. So it's like each step they left and I love Euros, but that each step they left let's try to mesh 50% Euro and 50% story, and kind of just made it 90% story and 10% Euro kind of thing. Some things just don't mix well.
I haven't played any of those.
Oh, really?
That Above and Below, Near and Far. I haven't played any of those.
This one really feels like sort of like a mix between a role-playing game and a choose-your-own-adventure cooperative game. And the combat system's actually kind of fun. I just found out that we'd been playing on hard mode because when monsters come out, I wonder if they've got a picture of the monsters here. When monsters come out, I'll click on forever trying to find monsters probably. They're kind of like I don't want to spoil anything either because there's a lot of story stuff in here. So, but anyway, when monsters come out, they come out in cards, and how they sit next to each other determines how, because you can damage this one by putting stuff on it and then bleed over to other monsters and things like that. So how they sit next to each other is a big deal. And I didn't know that you could move them around as you please. Go, oh, it'd be better to put this one on this side kind of thing. So we always put them down in the order in which it said to draw them, and they were tough that way. So, oh, there you go. Matt's saying both are great.
Yeah. If I ever get a chance.
Yeah, and Arabian Nights is, of course, on the bottom of this. And we've talked about this before.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
Yeah, Arabian Nights is just kind of a big random, who knows what's going to happen kind of thing. And if you're in a mood for that, sure. I still have mine. So, but yeah.
All right.
This one at least feels like your choices make sense when you do them. Yeah.
Interesting.
And the boat. Oh, they put a little smokestack on top of that boat. That's not how it doesn't come with that little smokestack. That's cool.
It's fun.
Anyway. Yep, that's my number 2.
All right.
Cool.
My number 2. It's actually it's an older game that replaces like a classic that I don't know if people play it anymore. I don't know. Chess. The game of chess.
That's being replaced or is replacing
It's
something?
being replaced.
Oh, okay. I play chess.
For me, it's replaced by Onitoma.
Onitama, yeah.
Yeah. I love that game. And it's funny because you think that it's going to be a back and forth forever, but eventually, like, it just... Oh.
How do you spell it?
Onitama. Hold on, I have it here somewhere.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I've never played this.
Yeah, so your movement is dictated by basically cards that have a certain pattern that you can move your people with. And then I believe there's like some kind of rotation that once at some point you've used a card and then it will eventually rotate its way to like your opponent gets to use it.
Does it come with little laser guns?
No.
It does not.
Oh, okay.
No, but it comes with. I'm just gonna open it because it's really cool. Hold on.
It does something similar to Cosmic Colonies, what we were talking about with the drafting, because what you play on your turn gets cycled to the next player. And what you're playing here will the pattern that you're playing, your attack pattern in your card, will go to your opponent. And there's only those 5 cards, 6 cards, 5 cards in the game. So you know what's in the game, and you know, like, you're going to play something that could give your opponent the win because of the way the board is set up and how they're gonna move.
Right, like this type of grid movement. Like it tells you.
Oh, okay.
And then it comes with, so it has like the mat, which fits in the box, which is so nice. And your little guys are really, really cool. Like,
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
They're resin too, right? Are those scythe?
Yeah,
Yeah, those look like scythe mechs.
that's funny.
Yep.
That's funny. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, I should check it out sometime. It's only 2-player, right?
Yep.
It is.
Like chess. Ooh, Star Wars version.
Oh, that's cool.
Nobody told me that. Why did I get this one?
Yeah, I'll wait for the Star Wars version.
Yeah. It'll be available in the UK only, so.
Of course. All right, so your number 2.
Yeah. I'm gonna replace Carcassonne with something.
Yes.
I saw that coming.
Yeah. I mean, it's tile placement, right? It's creating areas. Then I played Glenmore. I love it. I love what it adds. You're still doing you got the river going through, you're still placing your tiles, you're moving your people around. It's got this rondelle mechanism on how you're drafting your tiles from the main board. The puzzle of making sure that I don't remember what they're called. I want to say they're chieftains. The way that they're moving out of your board so you can place next to where they are as a puzzle. You want to get from that rondelle kind of thing, you want to get the tile that's really going to help you, that's going to score points. But if you go too far, then somebody behind you could take multiple turns in a row because it's whoever's behind gets to go. It's different in a way, but it's still tile placement, adjacency, trying to create stuff with what's around it. And once I played that, and I had played Carcassonne first, it's not like I went backwards. I had played Carcassonne late in my history of board games, but this just does more for me.
Have you played the second one?
Not yet.
So I have the second one, and I don't know if this one has like the additional board. Does it have a board on the side?
Chronicles?
No, the first one.
I think it has I think so. It's like a resource board, right? Like it's got
like the map. There's roads and stuff, and you can like slide no, maybe not.
I don't know. It might have been a module.
But I really like the second one, and I don't know if the first one does that too. But in the second one, there's something about like. So yes, it's nice if you get to get like different tiles, like more than one on your turn. But at the end, you get penalized if you have too many tiles. Like if you have more than your opponents, you actually get penalized. So you're trying to keep your area nice and tight and not have too many tiles. So it's really interesting. And that's it there. It's so pretty.
Yeah, and the second one has all the other modules you can use and add to it to make it a little bit more. Ooh, is that Scotch?
Ooh, what is that?
Port.
Blow that up. What is that?
It's port.
Oh, never mind.
It's not port. Port's not that
no.
color.
I just saw the word port. You're right.
Is it a single malt? Single malt. Ooh.
Minus whiskey flavors.
Huh. Okay. I heard of that one.
But yeah, it's I could see that how this type of game replaces Carcassonne. Like you said, it has a bit more to it. So
And the second one, I got in on the Kickstarter. The second one, it has all that other stuff that, like,
Mhm.
base game, Glenmore, first one, great. I haven't played with any of the new stuff, but it really, like, it feels like it just gives it a refresh, right? Like, you can add stuff into it.
sorry, that's what I was talking about. Those shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the main. The first one doesn't have that. I have to get it,
Oh,
but
okay.
the first one doesn't have that.
Yeah, and the way that the market works. Yeah, there's a market as well. So yeah, it's definitely a more. It's the equivalent of my Clank to Dominion. It's like a more rounded type of gaming experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So
good one.
Katia agrees that Carcassonne is no longer playable. Got it.
Hey,
There you go.
I
Yep.
did not say that.
Yep. Carcassonne is replaced by Glenmore. You heard it here. There you go.
Nice. Okay, so my number one.
Uh-huh.
I am replacing Wingspan.
Oh my
Whoa.
god. Did you do the same as me?
Oh, it'd be funny if I did.
Yeah.
I'm replacing it with Deus.
Oh my god.
Seriously?
Yes.
That's your number one? That's funny.
It was my. It's right there.
Oh, that's funny.
I did not
That's
like.
great.
Oh my gosh, I totally
Great
agree.
minds.
I'm on board. That's the one I said people are gonna kill me for it, but yeah,
Yep.
it's better.
Great minds. This is the one that I said came out before
Mhm.
the one that it's replacing. And I
Right.
had played this before, but and don't get me wrong, I like Wingspan. I've got the expansions. I think they're back there somewhere. Played it all, enjoyed it, played it enough to have played at least maybe 10, 15 times, you know. But this is the one that I didn't come back to this, and I'm never going to stop playing this because it just feels more interesting. I don't mean to knock the bird watching or the not bird watching it where they're building like an aviary or something like that.
Yep.
I don't mean to knock the theme over this because you don't really feel like you're Greeks building
No.
stuff in this one either.
Not really.
But the mechanisms in this, yes, show me all the punch boards. Who took these pictures? Oh my god. Show me the game. Okay.
Careful.
Yep.
They're probably watching, so be careful.
Oh yes, of course. So anyway, the mechanisms. Oh, good. Mechanisms in this is so much better. See, it's the same kind of thing with Wingspan, where if you put down this top blue card, all the ones below it trigger. Just like whenever you put down a bird, all the ones behind it trigger. The difference is that in Wingspan, when you trigger those other birds, it never feels like it really is a good engine. Or if it is, it's kind of a haphazard one and one that you didn't really design as much as just kind of came across. Whereas this one has a great way of like pulling, like you go through the cards, finding the one you want and stuff. Wingspan, you're just like, I guess I'll take this bird because, you know, it's already so hard to get cards anyway. And this one, I want to play it right now, just talking about it. I've played it like 20, 30 times probably.
Yeah, it's a really good game. And the area control is nice too. Like the way that it's, yeah, it's really well done.
And it's that area control that I like where you put down a building, you don't have to worry about it. Nobody's going to come down and burn down your building kind of thing. You know?
And you can almost corner somebody, like you can try and like edge them out, but at least they have a way to like relaunch somewhere else if that happens. Like if you've completely blocked somebody off, they can go and like move elsewhere.
Yeah, and you can also you can make army people that can run through other people's spots and some of the cards and things like that too. So I will say there's one little drawback to it that I found out. I don't know drawback, but so it's a player controlled ending, whereas it only ends whenever people build all the temples, these little white buildings, or whenever all the barbarians are gone, which are these points right here. And at one point I was playing with Erin and she had blocked me off from getting like the last group of barbarians. And she essentially controlled the ending of the game because nobody had built temples. and she was just making like 2-3 times more points every turn than I was. And I was just like, oh no. So I had to run towards the temple thing to get it done. And it had that one little sticker. But once you know that, I don't allow that to happen anymore, right?
Right.
But that is one little issue with a player controlled ending where somebody can control that ending themselves. You got to watch that kind of thing. But
Yeah, it's a really good one. And for me, so I'll just kind of like tag along on this because that was going to be my number one. So for
stole
me,
your thunder twice.
I played Wingspan first. It was okay, and like I enjoyed it. It's not a good game. It's I can see why people like it. Like there's a lot of good stuff in it, and the theme and the cards, like it's really appealing. Like I like birds, so to me it was really nice. But then I played this, and the cover of this game is so ugly, like so
Yes.
bad. And so I would have never ever picked this up if it wasn't for the fact. So I played this at Origins 2019, I believe, with Thomas. Thomas from BGR was the one who said, "Hey, we should try this game. It's really good." And we played it, and I loved it. I was like, "Well, this is a better Wingspan." And yeah, basically since then, like that to me, that's the engine. Like you said, that's what Wingspan would need, is just that better control of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you also played this after playing Wingspan?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hang on.
Huh.
No. I played this before. I'm different. I played this
I
before
played it-
Wingspan.
I played this. I'm pretty sure I played this after Wingspan.
I played this before Wingspan,
And
but
you're going
then I
back
played
to it after
Wingspan, and then
playing it.
now I'm going back. Yeah,
Interesting.
but yeah.
But all right. So then at some point, Chris, Wingspan replaced this for you?
No.
No.
So how does this replace Wingspan if Wingspan never replaced?
Because Wingspan got to hang around for the Cult of the Newish feel, right?
Okay.
You get a new game, you go, okay, and it was good enough for. I mean, like I said, I played it a lot, so it was a good enough game to like play several times. But after a while, a lot of games get to where you're like, okay, I'm tired of playing this. I've done all the things in it I think I can do. There's one kind of egg strategy thing that people are, kind of catching on and all that stuff. And then, but this one, I never left this one. Like I still play this one. I think I just played it like a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And it's never getting old. So
Interesting.
yeah. So I stole Katia's thunder again. You shouldn't let me go first.
Twice you did.
Unbelievable.
In the
Unbelievable.
right order too. That's great.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep this one for last because it's the best one. And oh well. So Michael, what's your?
So mine was also Deus over Wingspan.
No, it's
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
That'd be great.
But I can see it. Currently, and I think this is going to go back. I'll probably end up changing this in future iteration. But I'm going to tell you what replaced Sagrada for me.
Huh.
Which is
how do we boot Tabletop Express for saying this? No, I'm kidding.
My choice is Yoka. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt just like for 1 second.
That's right. It's usually Chris's job when this happens, but you can take the role.
So I was told to try Yokohama because I really like Istanbul, and I looked at the board and I was like, no way I'm playing this. It looks so busy, and it just I don't know. I really like the theme of Istanbul. I love the whole spice trade, like 5 tribes. Hello, Istanbul. I love Century Spice. Like I like that theme of spice trading. So to me, it like I don't want to switch to Yokohama. I'm good with Istanbul.
I think you would like Yokohama, but you're right. The board is a nightmare to look at and try to make sense of what's going on. Once you get into playing it and stuff, and you start realizing what it looks like, it kind of goes away. But it's just way too busy. But it is a really great game. But it didn't beat Istanbul for me. I still play Istanbul a lot, especially with mobile.
Yeah, the mobile is nice. Yeah, it's well done. Sorry for the interruption, Michael.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, you were saying?
Something about a game.
Something replaced Sagrada? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean, Sagrada is fantastic. But lately, when it comes to dice drafting, it's Dice Miner.
Oh, it's so good.
I'd rather go with Dice Miner. I feel it's an easy setup. It's easy rule set. You're not really explaining too much. I mean, the dice are doing the different things that they're doing. And not that Sagrada is also hard to teach. It's very simple. There's the two major rules you can't break. The window patterns make it different. The window patterns are double-sided. There's a lot to Sagrada that make it great. I think the Glory expansion that's coming out might add some more stuff to make it feel fresh. I know Sagrada Legacy is going to be great. But thinking about when Tuesday comes and I'm thinking about what I'm bringing and I'm thinking about mechanisms for people to play, what to introduce, what to get to the table, what's easy, what's quick, what's fun, I've been grabbing this over Sagrada a lot. So I might revisit and it'll change because Sagrada will always be near and dear for me as well. But yeah, Dice Miner is doing that for me. What Sagrada was doing, Dice Miner is doing. And it doesn't have as much, I don't think it has as much staying power. It's got the randomization of the dice being populated on the mountain. Fine. It's got the randomization of the characters that you can be, right? Some start with different stuff. Some don't. You have a different character every game. Fine. I don't know if this one, without adding something to it, I don't know if this one has as much staying power as Sagrada. I think Sagrada is still going to be that game that's going to be the one to keep. In your collection, bring to game nights. But lately, for now at least, currently, this one has replaced Sagrada in my bag of what goes.
Does it still replace Sagrada if you have this little cardboard mountain instead of the big plastic one that I know that you must have?
I have the cardboard one, and it's fine.
I have the cardboard one, and I have 2 copies of the one that comes with the mountain. Just because I play it so often, the box sucks. Either way, so the the box for the plastic mountain is awkward. It doesn't fit in the bags right. It doesn't fit on your shelf right. It's beautiful the way it opens up. Components are great. The cardboard one doesn't fit in the smaller box because of the legs. Like, it's just too big, and I don't understand why. Because it's a smaller size box. They could have just done something different to make that fit in there. So either way, the boxes and the mountains don't fit. Plus, you can just pick the mountain and it'll be colorful. So,
is this in wrong way? Is this in Tabletopia?
It looks like it's on some sort of table thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got to play it online sometime. I've never played it.
Oh,
one thing that Michael said that I agree with. So when you said it's quick to set up, that to me, so that is the one drawback of Sagrada, I gotta say, is the setup for okay, so if you're used to playing it, for example, with 2 people, and then you bring it somewhere and all of a sudden it's 3 players or 4 players, I'm having to look up how many dice to put in the bag because I can't remember. And it's and I can never remember. So which card do we draw first? Do we start with these ones or these? I have a cheat sheet in my box for quick, okay, 2-player, these are the steps. I need this, then it's this, then it's this, done. But it's still more like there's counting of the each colored dice that you have to do before you start your game to make sure you have the right amount. That's a pain in the butt for when you're, like you say, when you're trying to bring it to game night.
Yep.
Bye, Chris.
Happy birthday to you.
Like so definitely, I agree. Like this one is so nice to bring it somewhere, and it's easy and quick to teach it. It has like a reminiscent feeling of Yahtzee, even like the whole, like you keep some dice and then you end up like re-rolling them like at the end of the turn, right?
Yep.
But it's just so fun. Like I played it twice when I went to visit my sister, and it's just so fun.
Question: do you change the amount of dice depending on player count in
This
Sagrada?
In
Oh, in
Sagrada, you
Sagrada,
do, yeah.
yeah.
Oops.
So, Chris, I'm with you. I never do it, which is not the right way to play because you want to have an even number of dice across the board for them to all come out. But I just take the bag and draw, and then, oh, we got too many green. Like I don't play it that way. But yes, you're supposed to have a certain amount of each color in the bag per player.
I did not mean to be playing by Mike House rules.
Wow.
It's not a house rule, but it's the same. I mean, it's also not. It's not a chore to set up. Like there's the tool card, you shuffle, you draw 3. There's the public objectives, you shuffle, you draw 3, and those are in for the game. So it's not fiddly where you're like scoring one and removing it and putting a new one. Like it's there, but you're right. Like, do you get your private color and then your windows, and then you select your windows knowing your private color and what the objectives are out? Like, I always forget that too, and I've played that game hundreds of times. And I'm always like, what's the order of, do we know this color before we get this thing? And but it really is just
I'll photocopy my cheat sheet and give it to you.
Yeah, seriously.
Always just remember it's the best case scenario. You get to know your color before you choose your thing.
Sure. So why as long as everybody's doing that.
But do you also then have the tools open like first? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I try to think of it as like the personality of the game. So like, is the game mean or is the game nice kind of thing?
Yep.
If it's nice, it's going to give you all the information to make your decision on which one to do. So, unless I've been playing that part wrong too. So read your rule books.
For the record, and I'm sending it to us in our Discord. Dice Miner is on Tabletopia.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
well, we ought to play that sometime.
Yeah, I think that we might have to do that soon. Maybe I know I'll say something later. I won't say it now. But yeah, maybe we should definitely play that.
Cool.
Very cool. So well, that is, I'll turn off the banner here. That was our top 5. Well, in some cases, some of us only got top 3 because they got stolen from her.
A little bit.
I can throw one in, another dice one that didn't make the list.
Oh yeah. Well, before you do, I just wanted to say, because you talked about how the Dice Miner other box doesn't fit on the shelf. I have a little complaint. I got something in the mail today. Finally.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. Oh.
This does not fit in a Kalax shelf.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Who did that? Who does not know what games go into?
Yeah.
It's very frustrating. And I opened
who's the publisher?
It could have been fixed.
It's oh gosh, I know the logo. It's like a little, thank you. It's like a little flame looking.
The little fire thing.
It's okay if it doesn't fit in your Kallax. I'll take it. I have room. Like I said, I don't have my divider. It can go right there.
It'll fit on top of the Kalax, unfortunately.
No, it can go right here.
I want it to go next to my Takedo.
Oh wow. It's basically the same
it even says at the bottom right here, Takedo. It's part of it.
Yeah.
But now they can't sit next to each other.
They can't be together.
Someone doesn't know how to make a rectangle instead of a square board.
You could probably put it on top of a shelf, no?
Yeah, it just won't be next to Takedo.
Well, take Takedo and put it on the shelf.
Matt said that the Gallerist doesn't
Takedo
either. The Gallerist fits in the Kallax.
Laying it on its side, maybe.
Yeah, 'cause I have it right
Is it
there.
the same size as escape room or escape plan?
Do you see it's right there? It's
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's as big as escape plan
yeah,
is.
they're all the
and-
same size. All of
Yeah,
their
you have to
games
you have to like go inside. You can't put it portrait, but you
Standing
can
up?
put it sideways. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's silly.
There you
Oh,
go.
Are you sure that you have a Kalax shelf? Like actually from IKEA? Because I do know that the ones that you get at other places, some of them are just a little bit smaller. Peter in our last episode was talking about how his are a
Oh
little bit
yeah,
smaller.
that's right. Yeah. All right. Well, now I have a fun little trivia.
Oh, before we do, Mike had another dice one he wanted
Oh,
to
I'm
bring up.
sorry.
No, that's
That's right.
okay. We're just gonna go back in and rename this episode.
What? Why?
No,
I,
I'm good. I was just gonna fill in. I talked about having 2 overlaps, so I was just gonna throw another game out there.
I forgot. I have the memory of a gnat. Remember? By all means, share it.
We are learning that, I think, as these episodes progress. It was another dice game, like the Clever. I think Ganshan Clever is better than the double one, the twice as clever. But have either of you played Divvy Dice?
No, and I haven't played the clever ones either.
Clever's good, and it feels good when you get all those things to trigger, but it's complicated. It's not really that complicated. It's just there's a lot
Divvy?
going on, and a
how do you
lot of
spell it?
Clever.
No, Divvy dice.
Oh, 2 V's. Divvy.
B as in Bosco.
No,
V.
V.
Divvy dice. That's not a thing.
Divvy Dice. Divvy.
You say D?
Yeah.
D as in dog. Oh my god.
Come on, give me some NATO alphabet here. Divvy. All right, well, we're just gonna forget about it. Okay. What? Divvy
Can't
dice.
read it or I'd show it. Anyway, it's got the same kind of concept where you're drafting dice and it's dry erase cards and you're doing combos, and the cards that you get into your 3x3 grid are what you score. And I think it does what Clever, like the unlocks that Clever does. It just does it in a more an easier way to wrap your head around, like especially for gamers that aren't into that need more time to like think or plan or play it again, right? You might not get it the first time you play it and you're like, oh, okay. Divvy Dice is a quicker, like, we can do this. You feel like you can do it the next game.
Thank you, Matt, for giving me the NATO alphabet. That's what I needed.
How are you spelling it?
How are you
D-
not like? Can't you hear when he said divvy?
I was
dice?
putting DIVI.
Oh.
2 V's.
Well, DIVVY doesn't mean anything to me either.
No, but it's Divvy. So yeah, you're rolling dice and somebody gets to pick from the pool of 5. And then the other people get to pick what's left over in certain ways, and what you're filling out. You're doing a 3x3 grid, and what you're putting in color wise or pattern wise, you're putting into your 3x3 grid, and that's going to score at the end of the game. And the game triggers when somebody fills in their 3x3, and you get the points that are on the card, and the iconography makes sense. It does what Clever does, just in a different way that I think is more approachable. Just a dry erase card.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Looks
It's
like
worth looking at. If you like that kind of game, I don't think it's Stronghold. They brought it in. I don't know where it was originally, but they did that with the Clever series as well. It's a good one. It's worth it, I think.
As predicted, Mike, your internet is cutting in and out.
Of course it is.
It's okay. You're still there.
Good old Spectrum, tell you.
So next we either have Mike's component game or Katia's trivia game. Which one are we
Oh
doing?
yeah, that's right. And we had already said that he would go first. See, I told
Yeah,
you
we were
guys.
interrupting his game.
Anything.
Yeah, you interrupt my game too. That's great.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. I think
Where's
that's why
the
my
card?
internet won't hit the bed. It's just like
I was just excited. That's
Where-
all.
where's the card? Should be showing the card, Mike.
Oh, the disappointment card.
Even
Oh.
looking up at you, that's great.
Yeah, I think I earned this one. I'm so sorry.
this is me. This is me this episode.
Oh,
Aw. Well, if you want to go first, because you, like we said, your game was quicker, you can go first.
That was Chris before the episode.
yeah.
Yeah, I can go first.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, cool. I'm going to share my screen.
Mike's
component game.
Oh, I forgot that you can do.
Oh no!
What?
Look.
I didn't see anything. I saw the carrot.
Yeah, well, that was
Now you
that
know
was
there's a
the
carrot.
one. That's all right. Why was that not working? Why did it not do what it did last time?
Technical difficulties.
That was weird.
I was actually, that was a couple days ago. I was working with my Darth Vader helmet on, actually.
It looked like you were still editing because it had like a box around. So maybe that's the difference.
Why are there two of you now?
Because we're gonna
We
do
did
what we
last
did
time because it worked last
Oh,
time.
God.
Oh,
Whoa.
Uh,
That should be better.
It's so freaky.
Oh God. Wild. All right. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go to slideshow. Get rid of this. What in the hell is going on?
Kalima Shakti Day.
Oh my God.
I need this helmet in real life.
That's a fun
Take
helmet.
take the second one off.
Which one's the second
component. The component guessing. Take that one off.
one? Banned from studio? No.
No.
Kicked from studio?
Sure.
There you go.
Because now I can share screen and set it up. You guys won't see anything.
Oh, wait. This one has a little monkey. While we're having technical difficulties, I'm just showing off my toys.
Oh,
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good now.
we're good.
But I have more toys.
We're going to do this setup.
That's me.
Oh.
And we're not going to do that one.
So that we could see more toys.
Doing this one.
Oh, fine.
Doing this one. There we go.
Ah, carrot.
Oh,
Are you sure that's
All right.
from something I sent you?
oh, do you not know what this is?
Oh.
Interesting. So here's the rub. A couple weeks ago, Katia said that we could, if we did a component thing, pick from her collection because she knows her collection back to front, and she would basically wipe the floor with us.
That's not what I said.
Pretty sure it was verbatim. We can go back and
Putting words in my mouth.
quote. I have it written down. Quote. It was
Sure.
quoted. That's what you said. So 25% worth. So all of these components are from games that you own, and this is how the game is going to play. I'm going to show you a component. You are going to tell me the game it is from. So, for instance, and this is just an example, here's a component. What game is it from?
Should we hide the chats so that we don't see people guessing?
Yes.
He's wrong. It's
Yeah,
not
I
done.
He is wrong.
Yeah.
And I will keep track of.
You actually want us to answer this?
I mean, you would come up with a game, right?
Right.
Which I'm sure Katia knows.
No. Would you stop? You're making me look like an ass.
Hold
I'm
on.
not that like there are some games
Even
that-
worse than you think, because that's from
But I
Troubles.
just want to clarify. The list of games that I sent you, there are some that are unplayed.
Okay. Well, this
And-
one you don't have.
This one I don't have?
No, this was just an example.
Oh, okay.
It's from
Is it
Asking from Troubles.
Oh. The other thing that I want to point out is that cardboard chits are like more troublesome than if they're wooden components. So yeah, it's very possible that you'll show like cardboard chits and I'll be like, I have no idea because I don't use those as much.
Are we past all the caveats as to why she
Yes.
won't win?
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Now let's play this.
All right. There are 12 of them. So if you could write down your answers to each of the next 12 questions, please. Question number 1 is what?
Are we not doing it all together?
Yeah, do it together. Write down your answer. Write down your answer.
I just got like a just one thing. I won't have enough room.
Sure. I'll keep track. We'll go one by one.
Oh, okay.
Write down your answer and then.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the correct answer for this is obviously Katia?
Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Ruins of Arnak.
Ooh.
We are 1-1. Ready for number 2?
Coming at us with that weak shit.
Oh, I know what this is. I just got that.
You almost got me with it because I play with the plastic pieces.
Yeah, and mine don't have the printing on it.
Oh,
I'm
really?
sure Chris doesn't play with purple either.
Nope.
All right, so we both know.
Okay, go ahead.
Although that purple is so nice. I kind of wish I did.
It's Crusaders. Yeah.
Very good. So 2 for
My
2.
top 10 games,
I know.
and I was
They get
almost
harder.
the artist for it.
They get harder. Don't worry. Started off easy.
Uh-oh. You didn't check my collection, did you?
Nope.
This is an excellent game, by the way. It's a tile laying game. There, you have a hint.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did try and stick with pieces that were orange, but that didn't
What is
work.
it?
Most of them.
Cusco.
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 Cusco. Oh.
Oh, you were kind of in the same because it's by the same people. It's part of that series, right? Mexico.
Oh, is it by the same people?
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Oh, yeah, I've never played that.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's a good
Really
one.
Funny that the llama's on there, though. Because that's the name of the Emperor's New Groove, right?
Cusco. Yep.
Yes. Cusco. Cuscotopia.
Okay, so after 3, it's 3 to. Oh god damn it!
Wonder what's coming up here.
We're gonna scratch that.
All right, well, what's that from? God.
I'm gonna go with the family on this one.
Oh, my marker's running out.
You know what's funny is that I wouldn't have gotten this one.
I'm sure you wouldn't have, but if I didn't hit the damn trackpad on the.
That's off the board, isn't it?
It is. It's still a component.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so like that's the board?
I would have gotten that too.
Yeah,
I know you would have.
Yeah.
I just recently played that too last week.
There you go. Whoop whoop.
Ooh,
So there's our little announcement for next week.
little announcement there. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fun to talk to him about Van Ryder stuff. All right, so of course the one I screw up is the one with our special guest announcement. That's awesome.
You were too excited to show who was going to be our special guest.
This is true. Very excited to announce that Evan is going to be on our show next week.
Yeah.
All right, without screwing up the next one.
Ooh.
I almost wore that shirt tonight.
Interesting.
I'm not even kidding.
What do you got?
Dwellings.
Very good. Dwellings it is.
Great game.
Love that.
I tried
color.
to think of what this game replaced because I wanted to put it as one of the ones that replaced something. But I don't. It has its own feel and stuff that
Yep.
it's kind of like this unique feel that. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're on to number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Running out.
Oh man, I'm not 100% sure on this one. I've seen them.
Double points then?
Nope.
I actually have an extra set of these because I sent them by mistake.
Oh, nice.
Is it Euphoria?
Yep.
Euphoria it is. Well done.
Ooh.
Well
And
done.
I've never used them in my art pieces, but I use the 2 trays. Like there's so many fun bits in there, but those sit underneath, so I never see them aside from like maybe twice. But yeah, I've never played it either.
I got 2 bags of dice in my game whenever I got it.
Nice.
I like the colors. Like they have a lime green, I think, in there, and
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little off normal colors.
Mm-hmm.
All right, halfway through the game, it is 6-5.
Should have been 5-5.
On to number 7. Oh, I could have done that, I guess.
Sure. Oh.
That looks like something I don't have. This means something. I don't know what that is. Something like, I don't know. Is there a game called this?
If not, we'll make it.
You got it?
Yeah.
The Flashpoint?
Flash Paint.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. Oh, yeah. I've never played that. I put Walk. I thought it was like a bowl of rice or something.
No, yeah, no. It's smoke.
It's the smoke tokens.
Okay. Well done. It's a good one. It's co-op. You probably won't like it.
Yeah, that's why I've never played it.
Yeah. It's got a very, I guess, a little bit like Pandemic, but
there are some co-ops I like, but it's got to have.
The theme comes in really well on this one.
Yeah.
Like you definitely feel like because you're trying to like pull people out of the house or whatever it is, the building you're in, and like it smoke and eventually turns into fire and stuff like so it's well done.
Yeah, it blows out the wall and stuff. It's good.
Yeah.
All right, on to number 8.
What in the hell? What if I just guess what that is?
Sure.
Yeah, I still will miss it.
I don't think you'll guess what it is. Because it doesn't look like what it is in the game.
My God. All right. I did not get this, but I'll just throw this out.
Holy Festival of Colors.
What?
Yeah, it's the Sweets token.
What was
Is
your
it?
guess?
Oh, I put unfair. I thought it was like.
No.
I don't remember that at all. Where's my holy? Oh, it's in the other room under 4-player games. How weird. Yeah, I don't remember that.
When you set up the board, there's 2 in the corner on the base, and there's 1 in the corners on the top. Or middle. Yeah.
I don't think I played with those.
Then you played it incorrectly.
Yep. That seems to be the theme tonight.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Oh,
I agree. It was toe cheese.
Here we go. All right. Number 9.
Ooh. Oh, that looks familiar.
Yeah, it does, and I'm not sure what it is.
Oh no. What is that? It looks so familiar though.
I'm trying to look at the clue of the other token that's sitting right there.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
May or may not have been put there on purpose.
What the? Now I'm wondering.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it looks like it sits in something.
Yeah, it looks familiar to me, but like something I've seen a picture of. I don't know if I've played it.
So,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a guess just because you said it's there on purpose.
Well, to give you a little bit of a hint of maybe another component.
Oh, I see. What is that?
That is the question.
The fact that it's like it looks like it's meant to sit in something, it's really throwing me.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I feel like it's something I played once or something.
Are you sure I have that? That doesn't seem like something I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even have a
All
guess
right.
on this. Hold on. Yeah, I don't have anything. Okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'm just throwing something out there. I haven't even played this, so. And I imagine you
think
would have said
so it's
this.
probably not that, but I'm trying to go with the art style. Is it in the Hall of the Mountain King? No.
I was thinking that too, but I don't know. Dice Runner. I don't know.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh, I haven't played that version.
Nope.
Do they have that same tile in the old one?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's sitting there, and I've used the minis in it.
Well, I wasn't doing the minis. That would have been too easy.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if the original has the fire.
It might, because that's why it looks familiar to me. Huh. I don't remember where I put it.
So I blanked both.
I have no idea what that belonged to.
Okay.
All right.
On to number 10.
Mm-hmm. What the hell is that?
Good question.
Oh, I know what that is.
I don't know. Some kind of dragon cult crap or something.
I haven't seen that token in a long time.
I don't think I've ever seen that token.
Probably not.
I'm going to say to call again.
Nice.
I don't know.
Nagaraja?
It is.
Never even, no, never seen that game.
It's a great 2-player game.
I was going to do the dice, but the dice would have been too easy, so I went a little deeper. All right, number 11.
Oh, I know what that is.
It's a blurry meeple.
Sure. If you wait for Matt to catch up to the show, you might get a hint. Which in itself is a hint.
Are you
Don't
texting
look
him?
up anything.
I'm not. I'm changing the banner.
Oh.
I haven't played any of these games.
I didn't say they were from your collection.
No, you
In
didn't.
all fairness, if they were from your collection, there's a lot of games I wouldn't even have because your collection is way bigger than mine.
I don't know about that. Well,
You got nothing there, Chris? You can't even come up with a guess?
they just look like meeples. They're
Sure.
blurry meeples. Yeah.
I mean, it's a zoomed in picture.
It's it's that Santa Claus game that Matt's redoing.
Yes.
That's a really long title.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Santa's Workshop.
Santa's Workshop. Okay, I've never played it.
I'll give you that one.
I just saw the side of the Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I put it there. All right, last one.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
No. have not played whatever that is.
No, probably not.
Care to venture, I guess?
Your initial reaction was probably wrong.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So, no, I bet you I don't even know the title of this game.
No, probably not. It's a one versus all.
Really don't know it then.
Skull Hollow.
Oh, I've seen that box.
And they have a new one, I think now, Mall Peak or something like that.
Yeah, it's the second one.
So some of their meeples are like super big. Like the monsters meeple is massive.
Yeah, I've seen that box, but I haven't seen the game out or anything like that. Is that the final one?
That was it. That was 12.
Yep.
So not bad. I figured you would have done about 50% based on what was there. You did one over 50%. So good job.
Yeah, there was a bit of a gimme one on the Christmas one, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess. And I gave you Dark Moon.
Well, I would have guessed Dark Moon because I just recently did the image of the board for Dark Moon in that last contest, you know?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I feel like I would have gotten anyway. I guess you never really know, right?
You probably
Sometimes-
would have, and I'm sure that would have
Sometimes the brain
been
freezes.
that would have made a difference in the points.
So how did our
Not really.
viewers do? Oh yeah, somebody guessed a Euphoria.
Yep.
The carrot for
Dwelling.
when you put the carrot there, I was like trying to remember because there was a game I used to play with my nieces, and I forget what it was called, but it was something to do with trains and rabbits, and it had carrot tokens.
Oh yeah.
I was like, but that wasn't in the piles of pictures I sent you. I'm like, I don't own it. So yeah. I
Yeah, it was
forgot
just-
that Troubles had carrots.
Space carrots.
Space carrot.
Yes.
The lettuce on top is purple. That's how you know it's a space carrot.
That's how
The
you know.
difference. I get it.
So now we do my trivia.
Wait, do I need to put cheatery in front of board game trivia?
No.
Just kidding.
No. So the trivia I made, I was inspired by, like the thing that people used to say, like the 7 degrees of like the
Kevin
how-
Bacon.
yeah, so like everything could go back to okay. So I kind of used that as an inspiration to this trivia. So in this trivia, as it goes on, so the first question obviously it doesn't apply, but the second question, the answer, basically the answer of the first question will help you get the answer of the second question, and then so on and so forth.
Do
you'll
we need
see-
to answer them privately or?
You answer them one by one, basically, like yeah. And I need to keep score.
Should we use like the whiteboard thing again?
Yeah, just use the whiteboard and then show me as you go.
All right, so this isn't build the build. If I don't know the answer to number 1 and Chris does,
But
I
I will
still
tell
know.
you. That's why. It's like you'll
Okay.
give me your answer and then I will tell you what the
Okay.
right answer is, and then you have that to help you for the second one.
Okay.
It will
Go
all
down,
make
Chris.
sense.
And then one of us will go down the long, dark rabbit hole of not knowing one thing or something.
No, that's
Awesome.
why I'm going to give you the answers as we go.
Okay.
All right. So, question 1. In the game Acquire, how many types of businesses are there to invest in?
Like legitimately, one of the games I said I would never ever play again because I played it once. I never played it, and from what I hear, I would never play it.
Oh, it's great.
I'm just saying.
Again,
You want to
I'm
say you
gonna
haven't played all the games that were on my thing?
I'm going to emphasize the memory thing once more. I think you overestimate my ability to remember things.
No, I'm saying to Chris because he didn't play half the games that were on my list. I'm just saying, out of the gate, he loves this game, and I've never played it.
Oh, okay. Well, take a guess.
Yeah, take a guess.
All right, repeat it. Repeat the question.
So, how many types of businesses are there for you to invest in?
Okay.
All right. What are your answers?
We don't have to keep the answers going, do we?
No, you don't.
Okay, because I wrote it really small for some reason.
You don't have to.
I can make it a little bigger for the show.
Nice guess.
All right. Very good.
Seriously?
It is 7.
Yeah, nice guess.
Wow.
All right.
See, that's what you should take away from that is complain after getting it wrong. Because you could have come off real like, oh yeah, I know this.
And actually, and I lied. For this one, it's not the answer that helps you, it's the game that helps you guess the following. You'll understand. So, question number 2. The designer of the game Acquire also designed the game Can't Stop. Who is that designer?
Oh, I got to put the... Not that anybody in the chat is talking, but I need to make it big so I can't see. Okay.
All right. What are your answers? Yes. Michael has
And
it.
Mr. Designo.
Oh.
Could not remember.
Point to Michael. It's Sid Saxon. All right. Question
Never played
3.
Can't Stop.
Can't Stop's good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. One of the artists of the game Can't Stop also illustrated Isle of Skye. Who is the artist?
Two games I haven't played.
Think about the cover of Isle of Skye. And it's a very known style and artist.
Let's see. Who do I want to be wrong about?
It's okay. I'm sure he doesn't watch the show.
So it's a male. That's nice to know. Please put down what I wrote down. Please put this down.
Oh. And the problem is I don't know what either of these boxes even look like.
Really?
I haven't played them.
That's unfortunate.
This guy is good.
All right.
All right. What are your answers?
Detroit?
No. No.
Mr. Artiso. Nice. Let's keep that up. I like that.
Clemens Franz.
Oh, that.
The one who did, he did all of the
Nice.
Grand Austria Hotel.
See you tomorrow, bro.
Okay.
All of, yeah. Very.
I don't like that art.
No, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's very Euro.
Yeah.
Old style Euro.
All right. Next question. So, Blood Rage was published in the same year as Isle of Skye. What year was that?
Oh, that's a crazy connection. All right. Let's see. Yeah.
And Brett said that Isle of Skye for him replaced Carcassonne. I could see that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a really good game. All right. Do you have an answer? Chris takes it.
Whew.
2015.
I actually had 16 down, and I said, I bet you it's further back than I think it is. And I did one. So I feel you. I was on 16 as well.
Close.
So the game,
talking about replacing. Isle of Skye replaced Carcassonne.
Yeah. We just said that.
Just said that.
All right. Next question. The game. Well earned. Yep. The game Victorian Mastermind, which is up there, has one of the same designers as Blood Rage. Which designer is that?
Not this one. Oh, maybe.
What are your answers? I can't. Yeah. It is Eric Lang. Well done.
I was just going to go with Eric Lang, not the Eric Lang.
And Donnie got it right.
Well done.
All right. Next question. The artist in Victorian Mastermind also illustrated the cover of the second edition of this game, which is one of Michael's favorite bluffing game, although he prefers the first edition. What game is that? So the illustrator.
Do you have a cheat sheet for that question?
Yep. The person who illustrated Victorian Mastermind also illustrated the second edition cover of this game, which is one of Michael's favorite bluffing game. Although Michael prefers the first edition, what game am I talking about? Your answers, please. Yep.
Bluffo. Bluffo the game.
It's Mr. Bluffo.
Oh. I've never looked at the second edition because I love the artwork of the first edition.
Me too, but yeah, the second is quite different.
Yep. Not saying that I don't like the second edition. I've just literally never looked at the box or what's in it and stuff like that because I was like, no, I'm happy with my first.
No. You would not like the second edition.
No. And you wouldn't like it because it doesn't have the little snappies?
Correct.
Because now you're going to argue over who touched the bag. No, you touched the bag. No, I didn't touch the bag. No, I saw the bag move. The bag didn't move. You hear the snap, you're done.
We don't use the snap.
All right, next question. So Dixit has the same player count as Sheriff of Nottingham.
Fuck me.
What is that player count?
Oh no. I mix in other stuff to change it. I house roll the player count.
You house rule a player count?
Wow, for someone that hates house rules,
Shut up.
I think we get a new one every week.
Yeah.
I think it's this.
What's the player count for? Can you play a 2-player?
I gotta get another marker. Yeah, because the only limit to the player count is how many bunnies or whatever you have is on the track. So,
all right, what are your answers? Ooh, so close. Yeah, Chris, you're missing the range.
oh, I thought you meant max player count.
Oh.
Like,
right.
There's not a solo, so
I will give it to both then.
okay.
But it was 3 to 6.
Oh, I thought you could play 2. Maybe not.
All right, next
Yeah,
question.
how would you play 2, actually?
I'm either going to call you out on what you're trying to bring past me or not. Dixit, I guess Dixit you can't play 2. I should have went at it that way. Yeah.
All right, question number 8. So Dixit won an award in 2010, which King Domino won as well in 2017. What award is that?
Does spelling count?
No.
Yes. Except my marker keeps running out on the blue. Nope, blue's out too. I think someone left the lid off on that one. How about green?
Probably you.
Have you already written it down?
Alan,
Yep.
Alan's leaving us, so I'm.
If you've already written it down, then I'll just say it.
Okay, what is it?
Spill yours.
Yes.
It's not the. It wasn't the Kinner.
No.
Oh, I thought it was the Kinner spiel, not the spiel.
All right, well then it's tied.
I overthought that one.
All right, question 9. King Domino is a tile laying game, just like this game, published by Flat Out Games and AEG, which was one of my favorite ones from 2021. What game is that?
Sorry, say the first part again.
So King Domino being a tile laying game, just like this game you're trying to guess. Okay. This game was published by Flat Out Games and AEG, and it was one of my favorite ones from 2021. Which game is that?
Tile lane.
I thought
You're gonna
like,
kick yourself in the ass if you can't guess it, and I will tell you.
wasn't it like a month and a half ago we established you didn't like anything about AEG games?
Except
Must be point salad.
That's what I'm writing down. She loves point salad. We know that.
Yeah.
Best game ever.
Tile laying. I feel like all right.
what are your guesses?
Did you write it down?
Yeah.
Some would say this replaced Calico.
Yes. It was okay. I was like, if you don't get it, it was on our freaking cover.
Yeah, I snuck that in as my number 6 because I think most of us agree with that.
It, but yeah, I think we've talked about it before. And by the way, I also like Tiny Towns by AEG. So I've said that.
I almost did Tiny Towns, but it's not tile laying. So
Not
that's
tile
why.
laying. All right. So in the game Cascadia and Wingspan, there is a wildlife species in common. What is it?
I mean,
I freaked out at first because I thought Wingspan stuff, but then yeah.
Don't just write the word bird.
Yeah.
Birdo. No.
You got to be more precise than. But yeah.
Eagle.
What do you have? No, it's the hawk.
Is it?
Yeah.
I called it an eagle last night when we played.
I called it an eagle the entire time we played it. And the only reason I know it's hawk is because I fucked it up every time.
All right.
Some circles, the hawk is known as the eagle.
It's funny because there's games like that where you keep calling stuff the wrong things. And for me, in Targi, the dates look like coffee beans.
Yep.
And so I call it coffee, but it's dates.
I had someone who was demoing Troubles once at Gen Con, and they kept calling the resources something else. Like they were calling, the ore coal. I was like, stop getting the name wrong. You are demonstrating the game for the publisher. You're teaching new people the stuff. You're teaching them incorrectly. He's like, it doesn't matter. It matters to me. So, I try to get them right. It's because it matters to someone.
It does. Yeah, it does.
He probably still house rules it as Cole.
Oh, I never house rule anything.
No, that guy that was demoing it. You don't house rule anything. We know that.
Yeah. All right, question 11. Wingspan was designed by Elizabeth Hargrave. Which game of hers listen. Which game of hers was then published by Button Shy Games?
Shit.
Oh, I had it. I should get an extra point.
Did you?
Yeah, it's right here. I haven't put it down.
Thought you were going with Mariposa on that one, but.
Oh, well, that would have been too obvious.
Dusty Mussy.
Yep. All right. Tussie Mussy and this next game share a similar theme of flowers and plants. This one is a polyomino game similar to Patchwork, but plays 1 to 4 instead of 2-player only. Which game is that?
Hit me with the polyomino flower game. Why? Oh.
I don't know the name. I don't know the full name of the game.
Just write down all the words, and it'll be in there somewhere. Hold up a dictionary.
All right, what do you got? It is Cottage Garden. All the way.
Garden Spiel.
Oh.
I don't know.
Right.
I thought maybe garden might have been in there or something, but
Well, it is, but it's the second word. Yes.
You should have wrote all the words down.
that's what it is in German.
Mm.
Sure,
All
yeah.
right.
Gartenspiel.
Next one. The designer of Cottage Garden also designed the game Feast for Odin. Who is the designer? All right, what do you got? Correct.
Rosenbergs.
It's currently 10-8 for Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 2 questions left.
Whew.
Get your shit
And
together.
they're worth 4 points each.
All right. One of my favorite 2-player game, which I have mentioned on this show several times, has one of the same words in the title as Feast for Odin. Which game am I talking about? And Donnie was correct on Uwe Rosenberg. All right, what are your answers?
Odin's Raven.
Odin's Raven.
Never played it, but I listen whenever you talk about games.
Well, I'm glad you do.
I mean, you're not Mike, so
Oh, at least you listen to one person on the show. That's good.
what?
All right. Odin's Ravens and Merv are both published by the same company. What publisher is that?
I'm just gonna stretch.
hey, over here.
Oh man.
And I'll be precise. I mean, because I'm not sure about the first edition of Odin's Raven, so I'm talking about the second edition. So the one I have with the pretty cover, because the first edition looks awful. I don't know who published it. It could be the same people. It could be different. What's your guess?
Total guess.
Total guess. No, it is not. Michael, did you have anything? I missed the point.
Mr. Publisher.
No, it was Osprey Games.
Oh, I knew that.
So the final score
Yeah.
for 15 questions is 11-9 for Michael.
These questions were
Oh.
slightly skewed for him.
I didn't get. Oh, I thought I had 1 point win, and that one didn't matter.
No, you had 2 points ahead.
Right, but I didn't get that one. Oh, you didn't get that one either. Yeah.
Right.
No.
But you got the last one. No, we both
No,
never.
you didn't.
For some reason, I thought I won by 1. I knew that last question didn't matter, but I just thought I won by 1. So
No, you both got Uwe Rosenberg and both got Odin's Ravens, so it just kept
works,
continuing.
works for me.
Yep. Let me just edit this banner here.
That was good. That was really good.
I like the connection part, but when you don't get one of them and then know that the next one's connected, it like starts to freak you out. But it was kind of cool because you most of the time you pulled back into something that you knew.
Yeah.
And you learned something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you know.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thanks.
Yeah. That was fun. All right, let's
It
get
was
the
fun. It was funny because at some point when I was making the questions, it was around the spiel question that I had the game Colt Express in there. And I was having such a hard time connecting anything to it because the designer really hasn't done much else. The illustrator wasn't known. Like it really hasn't. So I was stuck. I was almost looking at like, okay, are there games that have the same player colors, but there's like 6 different player colors, and one of them is pink, so it's like super uncommon. Then I went and looked at the characters. I was like, okay, there's 2 female characters. Maybe there's another game out there with only. And then I was like, fuck that. I'm changing it.
You could have gone with maybe 3D pieces, punch board 3D.
I almost went
Like
with
the
like
little
the
plants?
train theme, and then I ended up. I was like, nah. Oh, didn't know that existed.
I would reach out if you can grab a copy of this. I know there was an original edition. It wasn't done. I don't think it was done by Cryptozoic.
It has that same front cover look as the new. What's the one that I said was replaced?
Great Western Trail.
Great Western Trail, yeah.
Yeah, but it's got that programming kind of thing where you're trying to get on and off the train. It's just a different kind of view, and it's more. I don't know. I enjoyed this one. I played this one and I liked it way better than Colt Express.
I really like Colt Express, but my group hates it, so I got to play it once or twice, and then it's been collecting dust on my shelf. Yeah. We should do like top 5 games our groups won't let us play, but we want to.
I don't have a group.
Well.
So.
Oh, you play games sometimes, though.
I do. Yeah, like with my sister when I go to visit, like
when
we visit, or
my brother's in my group.
Yeah, but it's not frequent. And then I have like friends that are like one-off. I don't have like a steady weekly group anymore.
Well, but you need to build one up again.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, so that was the trivia. And now we talk about Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. So we are a week and a half. What was that?
You know what's funny? I'm just going to start because it's not spoiling anything yet. But so I just rewatched the last 3 episodes. And I really enjoy the theme song at the end that they play with like the anime, like those cartoons that are like those illustrations that they have. I never realized that in the song they say Boba Fett a bunch of times because it's so kind of like abstracted and it sounds just like whatever gibberish that they say during it. But no, they actually say Boba Fett in the song.
Do they? I thought it was just like
yeah, I thought it was a.
No, seriously, listen to the whole thing, and I was like, get out! How did I not notice this?
Huh?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like people screaming.
No, that's what I mean. It's almost like an abstract way of, I don't know, like it sounds like it's just noises and people like shouting or whatever. But when you listen to it, it actually says Boba Fett.
Trying to find it.
It's
You mean like the guys in the background, like Boba Fett?
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like it. I don't know.
Oh no, it does. No, it's seriously like listen to it on your own. But yeah, I was just surprised that I hadn't noticed it yet because I've listened to the song a bunch of times, but I get distracted by the illustrations.
So, this is the last part of this show. So, if you haven't watched all of Boba Fett, please get out of here. Go watch it, and then, and you don't want us to spoil it for you.
Correct.
Or maybe you do because you don't care because you've heard shitty things about it anyway.
Well, if you don't care, then I don't see you being entertained by this next part of our show. But yeah, who am I to say?
It's true.
True.
Because we are going to spoil. We're not going to hold back. We're going to talk about anything and everything, right? Why you got the little? Is that your impression of the show?
No, just waiting.
You're holding up the thing.
Are you waiting for me or?
No. I'm just. It's Pocahontas is in at the ready.
Waiting.
Oh.
I mean, I could wear the helmet if it makes you feel better to yell at Boba.
No, I don't want to yell at Boba. He actually did some shit in this episode.
Well, do you want to just talk about the overall series or just the last episode? Because we did talk about all the other episodes, right?
Well, I think we should talk about the last one for sure.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the last one. Overall feelings?
I was very entertained. I thought it was quite good. Then I watched it again, and it was.
And then
it was not quite as good as the first time. I think I got carried away the first watch. I was like, yes, because there are certain parts that were awesome. And of course, like the Rancor part was pretty epic, but there are problems as well in it that the first time I kind of just like brushed aside. So it wasn't quite as enjoyable the second time around, but it was still entertaining.
So here's my issue with 7. It is that it was the same as the rest, which Boba learned no lessons. He learned nothing new. He didn't turn a turning point or go, oh, I should be doing this or anything. He's just the same stupid dude with a blaster just running around thinking he can do stuff that he can't, obviously, because he fails miserably every single time and just lucks out at a win.
Well,
they start off the whole series as him going, I'm going to be this crime lord. Not once is he a crime lord. He never does crime. He doesn't deal in spice. He doesn't deal in slave trade. He doesn't steal things. He doesn't. All he does is make somebody charge less for water and then tell people who are trying to do crime to get out of his town. Right. He's a sheriff, which I would have been fine if they started the whole thing with him being angry about crime because it killed his Tusken friends and stuff, and I'm going to get crime off of Tatooine. Cool, be a hero. That would have been awesome. But instead, they were like, I'm going to be a crime lord. And then he was the shittiest crime lord there ever was. Every single person tricked him, and he fell for every trap. He got episode 1, assassination attempt. Oh, crap, I'm about to die. If he didn't have Gamorreans who just happened to hang around him, who, by the way, disappeared and then reappeared because of bad editing, then he would have been dead. Yeah. He and Finnick.
Yeah.
Even though he had a jetpack.
Well, we talked about the jetpack and the scooter scene, right? The nursing home scooter scene. He could have just used the jetpack and gotten there. Like that, there was no reason for that.
Yeah. He did. He was just like, go get him. And then he was like, watch this. We don't need him to go get him. Yeah.
Well, and that was the same thing too. Like during the war, there's a bunch of times too that Mando didn't use his jetpack that I'm like, why aren't you using your jetpack? This would be way easier. And it's what it's for. And yeah, so, but again, stuff that I noticed more the second time around that I was like, oh yeah.
Yep. The jetpack scene, they're like, let's go out there and get him. They go flying out there, and instead of shooting the people from the rooftops first and then coming down, they shoot people on the ground, come down and get shot at from the people on the rooftop. Gee, if only you had a device that would let you get above the people on the rooftop. Yep. And just hanging there like this is what you had cover from the door. You could have just shot from the door. Yep. Stupid.
Yep.
Yep.
And not only that, Cad Bane has rocket boots. Why didn't we see that?
Yeah, I don't know. He's so old though. Like he's at the end of his life.
Moves fine. I mean,
I know that was also a little like he should be less agile than what he's at. I mean, he walks slow, but he somehow evades, maneuvers like he's 30, 40 years old. Not to put tops on the
Gamorreans. Oh. Yeah, they actually did have like furry coats or something in Return of the Jedi. I don't know why they walked around without shirts. I don't know. It's hot.
It's hot.
Yeah.
And also, Okay, so the Gamorreans died. Nobody cared. Nobody
No.
said anything. Even at the end, they were just like, yeah, everything worked out. Like they totally forgot Gamorreans existed.
Yeah.
The people of Freetown, which apparently are 8 people, show up and they get behind a vehicle that can explode. And why? Why did they do it that way? Why didn't they come pick them up and leave and then come back with more enforcements and stuff? And oh, what the bosses tricked him and turned on him? Who could have foreseen that? Basically, everyone else.
That was known, though. You knew
Yeah.
that was happening. That wasn't a surprise.
Yes, we all knew that was happening,
No, but
except
he
for
did
Boba
too.
Fett.
No, he knew
that's
that
not
was
true.
happening.
He
Yeah.
said
No.
yes, he did. And it's at the end of the episode, at the
Yep.
end of the one episode, he says we have to get ready for war because she says, yeah, but what if they turn on us, basically? Like,
The
he
exact wording
knows.
he says is they'll do what they think is best for them.
Yeah, and then he
The
says,
problem is
yes,
in that
we better get ready
episode.
for war. He knew this was going to happen.
The problem is in that episode, he gave them no reason to make it better for them to stay
correct.
out of it.
Yeah.
So
he
he's like,
basically admitted
stay
that
out of it.
he's like,
Yeah.
so they might pay you more money than what I'm offering because I'm offering you nothing. But please don't betray me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, worst crime. He fell for every trap.
Yeah.
He spread out all his people because some 12-year-old on a scooter tells him, oh, you ought to stay out here where you're the most vulnerable. Spread out all your forces. Put the one Wookiee by himself out there. That's fine. So stupid.
Yep.
You have a palace with defenses. What are you doing?
Yeah.
No, you stay in the dilapidated, blown up bar to show that you're one of your people.
Right. Those people were dead. Who's seeing that? No one was there to see that.
It would have made more sense to me if when the guy said, no, we stay here and wait here, I expected him to say, well, they're not going to look for us here. It's already blown up. But no, he's like, no, we got to stay with the people and help the people. And I was like, oh, that's not where I would have went at all with that.
You mean all the people that got killed by your Rancor? And all the buildings and the whole
Don't
city?
even with the Rancor. That was so dumb.
The King Kong, like, climbing up to the top and like, oh, come on. Yeah.
I did.
Punching the droid cars or the Scorpion droids. First of all, you didn't know the Scorpion droids were there. Like, what a surprise. How did they fucking come on the planet?
Yeah.
Like, I get the whole stashing the weapons in the barrels and stuff. Sure, they could have done that overnight while you were sleeping in your back to tank. Like, fine.
If only Boba had a group of people that were serving as scouts,
Right?
that would be looking out for things like this.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe you can make them cybernetic and put them in old people's scooters. Yeah.
It's not like they're
Completely.
driving too fast to miss stuff.
Attacking 5 at a time. I know. Nobody had a rocket launcher, a thermal detonator, nothing.
Well, you had the cool Iron Man. What are they called?
The Iron Man.
The missiles that came out, the heat seekers.
No, I'm talking about the Pikes.
Oh no, I was talking about the missiles that Boba and Mando had.
The Pikes take a communal bus to come to Tatooine to go to war.
Yep.
So of course they can't bring any weapons with them, apparently, other than 3 or 2 big giant droids that nobody knows.
That's not true. They could have brought all the weapons on there. They just had to check them.
Right.
Right? Like Mando wasn't allowed to bring anything on the bus. He just had to check everything.
They
That
should have
was-
shown a scene of them like checking the big giant droids or something.
That was the best. I'm sorry. That was so relatable when he's like taking it one at a time, and it's like, I know what's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the best part of the episode was, I mean, the moment where he was riding the Rancor, fine. That whole thing got bad. Him, Mando and Grogu coming back together, great. We knew that was happening. But I think when the
Night Shannon.
when the spokesperson, I don't know who he was, the mayor's guy went out with the checklist, and he's like, "Here are our terms," and then he, like, you see him, he's like all proud of himself, and he reads it, and he just like, ah, fuck. That moment was great.
I like that. But we all knew when he was writing it, we were like, oh,
We
you
all knew
should
it was
read
gonna
that
be
before you go out
it
there.
was gonna be crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be him.
Oh,
I thought Boba was writing down, I offer him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pull that, like, I offer
Yeah.
you these 2 droids kind of thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right. As the distraction. Like, you knew something else was going on, but the fact that he just flat out was like, I'm not giving you shit.
he was
Which
a
he
great
was kind of
character.
putting that guy out to get killed, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
He
If he was a good
character.
gangster, he probably would have put a thermal detonator on his back and sent him out there.
Yeah.
And then,
I
so
think that's a good
Okay.
a good point with the thermal detonator. In the Clone Wars, there was that whole episode where they were training Clone Wars? Yeah. Maybe early Rebels, where they were training to do the grenade under the arm, under the shield.
Mm-hmm.
How did they not? They just
Yep.
consistently tried to bash the thing, thinking, "Oh, we'll just."
Yeah, but maybe they didn't have any.
No,
Is it
No,
possible
so-
they didn't have that?
yeah, here's the thing, like,
I'm sure Mando did.
even if he didn't, which, you know, it's not like he knew a war was coming, right? Even if he didn't have grenades or anything like that, I thought they were going to do something cool where someone like hides in the dirt like the Tuscans do or something, and the thing walk over and then they'd rise up inside the shield, attack it. Like I thought the fight with the Rancor and the one droid was cool, but then they just repeated it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you could have come up with a second, because they were in 2 different parts of town. You could have come up with a second way of the people who were completely useless, who just showed up, shot, and then ran and hid. And there was even that moment where, like, the mod girl and the little town girl or women are talking to each other, and they're like, yeah, we're friends even though we're from the city and from the country or whatever. Let's go get up on top of the building and shoot at it from there. That did nothing. Like, oh, let's get up there and snipe it. Did nothing.
Well, I think the point was distracted. Like, because she was inside the building with everybody. So she says,
Right.
if I go on top and distract it from there, then he stops shooting at people down below and like in the building.
They were fine. They were behind a wall.
I don't know. It blows
Which
up
apparently was
something.
bulletproof.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, that thing was taking heavy damage and hardly moving. Also, we joked about the one episode with the scooters moving so fast through the city. The Scorpion droids, the way they were walking so slow, and the village people running, how the hell were they so close at every turn?
Yeah.
Oh, and let's
Everyone run down together in the same direction. Don't
make sure,
split
don't
off
go in
like-
alleys. Don't disperse. Yeah. Everybody bunch up in fireball range.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
So stupid.
It's
And
that
the
bubble that Chris was talking about, right? They're filming in that bubble, so they only have so far they can go, and then they have to backtrack.
Yeah, and that's another thing is the town really felt like 2 streets, right?
Yeah, yeah, it felt super small.
You can't show us this 3D awesome big city and then just show us 2 streets of the city ever and think that's gonna be all right. I mean, it's
Well, and same thing when Mando goes to see Vance to ask for his help again. It looks like he's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around, and it's
But-
supposed to be
yeah.
a town. I don't know.
yeah, but it's a little tiny ghost western town. That one's forgivable. I
But
mean,
like, you can't just subvert the main street. There isn't like First Avenue, Second Avenue, Third Avenue. There's like Main Street. So
right.
you're telling me like this is the only way you could come through? Like the dragon came through underneath the dirt, and that's the only. You can't just go like behind the buildings. Like fuck it, yeah, I don't need to go through your town. I can just go, 100 feet this way, and you won't even see me.
Right. Yeah, that's why it almost didn't make sense, the whole like spice going through that town. It's like, why do you have to go through that town? Like, it doesn't, yeah. It's so small.
And what's his name? Black Chrysanthemum, totally useless. He just got jumped and then wounded and came running back.
He almost made it though, right? There was that moment where with the knuckles, like he's making it through, and then he gets fucking curb stomped.
Yeah.
Well, and at some point he throws one and shoots him in the air. That was cool. I
Some
like
cool
that.
moves, but what good was it? He did no good.
I think he's just too old. I got that impression from the
No,
second time I
one
watched
dude
it.
against 50, which is what
Yeah.
happens when you spread out around town. And they talked for 3 episodes about getting muscle, and then they weakened themselves as much as they possibly could. Let's put the Gamorreans on top of a cliff. Why?
And then
What
Fennec
are they
goes
gonna
and
do?
takes out the entire building.
What?
You had the 2 Gamorreans on top of the cliff as your guard. You have Chrysanthemum by himself, and then you send Fennec out, and Fennec houses the whole fucking. I mean, I'm sure they were unarmed and they were mayors or whatever, but like she took out the guards in the front. Like, talk about muscle. Why she's all the way over there?
By the way, they had the Gamorreans as lookouts. Can they speak Gamorrean? Because I don't think they've ever said anything to them. They had to utilize that droid.
Yeah, 8.
So what was going to happen? They're like, oh, we put the Gamorreans up there and lookout, and they, uh-oh. It's just so stupid. So many stupid choices. Here's the thing. Whenever you have, I thought I was going to get like a Godfather, oh, you think you had me here, but I twisted it around and show you how clever I am. And, you know, like they have those scenes where the Godfather's, you know, baptizing his grandson, and then things are going over here and he's got one over on all his enemies. I thought I was going to see cool backstab stuff. There was none of that. It was like high school writing. Oh, Boba Fett gets a rocket launcher this time. It was just nothing mysterious, nothing fun. And it was like, oh, let's think of fun moments. Him riding a Rancor. How do we write that in? It was basically how episode 9 was. Let's just think of all the cool things that could happen and slap it together somehow.
Yeah.
Wasted potential.
Yeah. I really didn't think that we were going to have the decision from Grogu in this episode. I thought that was going to be like how you got hooked to, but I mean, now, people know that they're going to be together, so they're going to keep watching, obviously. But
well, now we're hooked, right? Now we want to see what happens.
Now we want to see what other adventure they go on.
With his little vest, with his little chainmail vest.
It's so cute. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we were hooked anyway. Nobody needed to be hooked by Mandalorian. We need to be hooked by Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't believe they spent 2 episodes out of 7 without Boba Fett.
Michael makes a good point.
He made a cameo.
What's that?
Boba Fett made a cameo in the 2nd episode. He stood there while Fennec was talking.
Oh, yes.
He did use his jetpack to go get the Rancor.
He did.
So I'll say that, but
sure. But how far is the palace? I mean, the Rancor can come in pretty fast, I guess. I don't care.
They move pretty slow.
Yeah, this is a problem. They didn't do any character building.
And from how they left the Mandalorian season with with Boba Fett, like that impression, and like you said, he's gonna be a crime lord, and then this happens, and it's like, wait, what? Like, I'm not getting the same vibe from the dude that just took
The best thing that could have happened, here's how they could have saved the entire thing, right? At the very end, when Boba says, I don't think I'm cut out for this, Fennec draws a weapon and blows his brains out. That's how they could have saved it. And go, okay, I'm not following this idiot anymore. We just went through all of this.
I think where they're going with this is that Vant is going to take over the town. Because when I watched it again, when he's saying, I don't think we're meant for this, and then she says, well, if we're not, then who is? If they weren't planning on replacing or like having somebody else take over, I don't think they would have had her say that.
I really hope not, because we're about to have Obi-Wan, and that needs to be the last Tatooine show for a long damn time. I'm so tired of seeing sand. I hate sand. just like Anakin.
It gets
Get out of the
everywhere.
desert. There are other planets in the solar system. I mean, in the galaxy.
I think Obi's going to give us more than just his story on Tatooine after he
I hope
drops Luke off. I think
Yeah,
there's
I
going to be more there. Whether it's done in flashbacks or not, I think there's definitely going to be more there. But
When
to his point, I think they're if not us, who is them saying no, it's us. Like there is no one else that can do this. It has to be us, and that's what that line. To me, that's what that line implied.
There were people. He came in and killed them.
The Hutts
Everything was
wanted
running
it.
smoothly.
The Hutts wanted it, and then they were like, "Nah, fuck this. We don't. We're not only going to give you a badass Wookiee, we're going to give you a fucking Rancor. That's how much we don't want to be here anymore."
I know. Think about it. He came in. He killed
Bib.
Bib Fortuna. Yeah. He killed Bib Fortuna, who was running it. Then he told the Hutts, "I'll kill you. I'm running it." Then he told the Pikes and did kill them. I'm running it. And then he said, who's going to run this if not for me? How about the 3 people you killed to get there?
Well, he does hold a little bit of weight, though, right? Like what he didn't do for us, he at least had in his stature for the Hutts to be like, you know what, we're not even going to, like the Pikes were, I guess, more threatening to the Hutts than Boba was. But at least he turned him around. Like, yeah, we don't. Like initially, they were like, "We want it. We've come for it," and then they were like, "Nah, we're probably not going to be able to take you over." So here's some.
I mean, writing style wise, there was no reason for those Hutts. You never needed them at all.
No.
Ever.
But they brought the Rancor.
Yeah. How do we get the
Have
Rancor?
them find it.
Find it?
Yeah, have him find it. Ronan out there, he captures it
You have to have
himself.
somebody tell him though that it was trainable.
Have him train it.
know.
He's ridden beasts and stuff before.
But he didn't know that that was trainable.
That's true. That's true. We wouldn't have Danny Trejo.
Yeah, who was wasted again. You get Machete in there and you don't give him a machete? What's going on?
It was so disconnected. You know what it was? It was a live action version of Tales of the Arabian Nights.
Like no matter what you do, it's just random. Yeah.
Like honestly, that kind of story is like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ride a fucking Rancor into town, and he's going to do what we need him to do and beat up these droids, and then he's going to go fucking nuts on the town and climb a damn building and jump to.
I have a theory of what they're going to do with Cobb Vanth. Or at least I hope this is what they're going to do. Okay, so the Rangers doesn't have anybody anymore because Cara Dune can't be a thing anymore, right? Not that we need to talk about any of that. But Cobb Vanth, we don't know how he got so badass. I'm sure it wasn't just growing up in that little ghost town. He's probably got some kind of past. Maybe he was a ranger. And maybe they're going to grab that character and pull him back into his old ranger buddies or something. Yeah. Go running around in a mission or something. That'd be awesome because I love Cobb Vanth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now he's going to be modified.
Yeah.
He's about to get a surgery.
Which I didn't even need, but cool.
Be interesting to see what he gets.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be like an arm because he got shot like up here or something, right? Yeah.
But the one thing too that I thought earlier is, so Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian.
No.
Nope.
But has that not come up between the two of them? Between Mando and Boba Fett? Like, has that conversation not come up of like how he got that armor? Like, he gave him back the armor because it was his dad's.
Yeah, he told him that it was his father's.
Right. But at no point do we see that like a kind of like, oh, okay, so your dad was a Mandalorian. No, actually, no, he wasn't. And there's none of that at all. And I realized that today and I was like, huh.
In Legend, Jango used to be a Mandalorian. Like he earned that armor from Mandalore while doing stuff with them, and he was kind of part of it and all. But eventually, he left it. So
it wasn't stolen.
No, it wasn't stolen. He was gifted that armor. That's in Legend, though. I think it's in comics and stuff. But So, they can go back and say whatever they want. I think they even call him a Mandalorian in episode 2 whenever they run into Jango, right? I think. Well, I mean, they probably just call him that based off the armor, but who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, even the dart that Obi-Wan follows Jango and stuff was Mandalorian, so he must get it more darts and stuff, just like what's his name, Mando does. So
yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, I was disappointed. The first episode of Boba was slow, but I was like, all right, it has promise. The second episode was actually pretty good with the whole Tuskens and stuff. And the Tuskens were the only people I ever cared that died. When they died, I was like, oh, that sucks. Anybody else?
Cad Bane too.
Yeah, that's true. And I was upset that they killed him that quick and that fast. Part of it is like whoever wrote that obviously knew the whole history of Cad Bane and stuff, except that the fact that he should have rocket boots, and that would have been a cool thing. Just seemed like budget reasons that they didn't use it.
I would not want to see a live action Cad Bane on that CGI bullshit screen.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That would look like.
I don't think they could have done it to look good.
They did other shit that looked bad.
I know. So at least they didn't do that.
Right.
But yeah, so they, with Cad Bane, it was just like, it's kind of cool that he did the little thing. I knew you when you were a kid or kind of thing. That's fine. But if you hadn't watched Clone Wars, if this is a new character to you, think how lame that is.
Yeah.
He shows up, shoots this guy, and then see him again. He gets shot, and that's it. Or gets stabbed or whatever. I did like that he used the Tusken Raider moves on him because, Cad Bane had taught him to use his other ability, like draw and all that stuff as a kid. So it was like, I got new moves or something, but
that was a page out of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Right? You train me, so you're going to know how I'm going to attack you, so I'm going to use something you don't even know.
Right.
Well, I think it was also the kind of like stick it to him because he keeps making fun of the fact that his Tusken friends have been killed.
I see what you did there. The stick it to him, and he stabbed him. That was good. Well done.
Oh yeah, Michael in chat there was saying like, why did Cad Bane even bring up the Tusken things? Because he was about to kill him anyway. Cool story, bro. Okay. And he couldn't do anything about it anyway because Fennec was already off assassinating everybody. By the way, why even be on planet? You should have just left and let Fennec kill everybody because that's what she does.
Yeah.
And if assassinating all of them was part of it, why'd you wait for the war to start?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just go do it before all these people had to die?
Well, I think that was the plan after they realized everybody turned on them, right?
Yeah. I think they had to wait for everybody to betray them.
Everyone turned. All right, go do your thing.
Yeah.
Don't take care of shit here first. Go kill them now while Chrysanthemum's getting killed. Rancor's running loose. There's fucking scorpion droids blowing up ships that you're hiding behind. That was dumb.
But she didn't even kill the bosses that betrayed them. Yeah,
they were in that room.
No, it was just the mayor and the Pike and one other person.
There were at least four people in that room.
Yeah.
I remember there was the mayor. I remember there was the Pike, and he had like a bodyguard or something.
Yeah, but there was what's the dog race? The one that looks like a bulldog.
Yeah, he's
Boston?
definitely in there.
He was in there.
He's in there.
Well, there were a lot more people at the table that agreed. And you're talking about the
he's got a weird
the Nikto, right? With the teeth.
He was one of the three leaders that was at the table.
All right, but what about the Trandoshan boss? The all of the bosses that betrayed them.
There was only like three different races.
There's a Trandoshan as well
at the table. I'm pretty sure all three were in that room.
Okay. I guess.
It was that bad. You didn't even notice. I mean, she did hang a dude. Like, that was... I was like, holy shit, fucking hanging him. Like that was nuts.
Yeah, but that wasn't them getting one over on them or anything like that.
No, not at all. But now with the leaders done, it's going to be easier for them to rule the 3 areas. I don't know.
Because
I'm
all the
not sure.
Trandosians.
I don't think
and
anybody is
Wookiees
left
and-
anyways. Like, are there anybody left from those 3 clans?
Just the biker kids and some dude that just wants to sell you a lot of water.
Well, we don't know how many were left that were fighting Chrysanthemum,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like there were a bunch in that. There were a ton in that road.
But he comes back. Like he
Right,
makes
so we
it
don't know
out
how
of
many
this.
he
What
killed.
happened? Yeah.
Right, and there are all the people up on the cliff that bullied the Gamorreans off the edge. Like there's no one that could have attacked them. So
Mhm. Yeah.
also, what about the Rancor? Like he was just sleeping. Like now you got to move him. How
No,
is
but-
that happening?
No, but you worry too much.
You worry
It
too
just
much.
doesn't make sense. He's laying in the middle of the street now asleep.
Yes, for it's temporary. It's
Well,
just-
once Boba comes back, he can kind of like wake him up and like, come
Yeah.
on, let's go and ride him
Sure.
away.
Sure.
he just needed to have a timeout,
Yeah, that easy. Okay.
have a nap. No, but
did-
you think about it, and there's episodes of, I think it's Rebels, where they tame the animals and like they connect with them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So, this is what happened there. So I think that
Yeah.
I don't think the Rancor is going to lose his connection with
No.
Boba Fett. So he's just
Yes.
having his news with the cute little Grogu.
There needs to be a Rancor jetpack. 100% on that.
So you think the Rancor is going to be able to distinguish Mando's armor from Boba's armor?
It probably goes by sense more than anything.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. I worked through that one. That was good. That makes sense. I like that one.
Also,
One
Also,
of them's got a ding and the other one doesn't.
so this is another one of those moments that would have been, and I'm sure it couldn't have happened, but the aggravating moment with Chewie passing Leia, like, oh, that could have been really good. When the Rancor bit down on Mando's helmet, you don't give him a dent.
Yeah, it's funny
Oh.
because afterwards I wondered, so then how did Jango Fett's helmet get a dent? And Chris, you've addressed that before, right?
Yeah.
You've
It
talked
well,
about that.
there's so in the Clone Wars, they were going to have Cad Bane be killed by Boba Fett. Like sorry, it was going to be Rebels. It was written out and stuff. It's going to be a fight, but Cad Bane was going to be the one that gave him the dent. But they never made that episode for whatever reason. So I guess they kind of carried it over to here. But by now he would have already had the dent, so they couldn't.
So then is his armor not made of the same metal as Mando's armor?
No, it is.
It is.
It's
I
best.
feel like his really like I don't if a Rancor cannot put a dent or a scratch in the helmet, then what the hell happened on that other helmet that did?
What it should have been was Beskar as a weapon.
Yeah.
Because you remember the armorer said we
Yeah.
can't have Beskar being made as weapons.
Because it
'cause-
can pierce, yeah.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, I thought so too. I was like, the fact that it made it really impressive at how strong the armor is. But what went through my head when that happened is, why doesn't he just pull? Right? Like he bit twice. I'm like, at this point, if you can't get through, yeah, you freaking rip his head off. You don't just throw him back. So anyway.
Yeah.
Also, they took a lot of blaster shots. Like they got unloaded on, right? But I remember a scene or two, not only in the original live actions, but in Mandalorian, where like the jetpack got hit and it was offline. So, like the jetpack's not made of Beskar?
Well,
Yeah, it is. It doesn't.
They are.
I mean, it's all electronic. If you bang up, your computer and the outside is protected, doesn't mean you don't break a little something in there.
But like all the stuff, all the missiles that were coming out, that doesn't get affected by all of those bullets that they took or blaster shots?
Yeah, I'm sure it could. I mean, all you really have to do is hit the jetpack with a little force pike, and you'll go flying into a Sarlacc pit.
That's all you need to do. Knock them off balance. First, you're going to bang into the barge. Then you're going to fall in the Sarlacc.
That's how you kill every Fett.
Yes.
With their backpack, their jetpack.
Yep. That's like superheroes and capes. You never want to wear a cape because
No capes.
an elevator door.
Django's jetpack got messed up by that big bull thing, the one horn thing. It trampled him and
in the arena. Yeah, it screwed him
jetpack.
up. Is it Reek?
I don't remember.
Reek is the rhino-looking thing. Nexu, I think, was the
Yeah.
wizard.
I don't remember what it's called.
I know a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, but you always shoot for all the armor, unless you're Cad Bane. He was finding the little crevices in between, but
It did show how good of a character he was. It was kind of. I think DeVito had said something earlier that he got mauled. Like, here's the most feared man in the galaxy, and he gets cut in half. Like, for that one, and we didn't know what was coming afterwards, but for that one movie, it's like, here he is, and now he's gone. And now here's Cad Bane that could have done, and I guess, timeline, but maybe we'll see him in flashbacks. Maybe he's sleeping in the back of the tank next to Vamp.
he might still be alive because his little chest thing was blinking, which I'm just kind of over. Either kill people or don't anymore. I'm just so tired of I know what it is. It's them being non-committal in case they want to bring them back. Let's see how the audience liked it or didn't like it. And if they didn't like it, we can bring them back, blah, blah, blah. Just commit to something and give us something awesome. I want to see his head get cut off by a lightsaber, just like they did with Django. No coming back from that.
No, I don't think he should come back. I agree with Michael DeVito there in the comments. He said he needs to be dead. Yeah. That was a killing blow.
Yeah, well, then they shouldn't have had the blinking thing. That was an awful choice.
Yeah.
And if they were going to have that blinking thing, they should have had Boba stand up and do a final, make sure that was it. And that would have given me a little bit more respect, because how many times do you see the person like knock down the bad guy and run away, leaving their weapons next to him and all that? And you're like, just finish them there, and then you don't have to run.
Mm-hmm.
All right, two-part question. Do you think Fett knew that Cad Bane wasn't dead? And if so, do you think Cad Bane is in carbonite in Jabba's palace?
That'd be funny.
I think that if they don't kill Cad Bane, that Boba Fett knew that he wasn't dead.
That's a good point there too. I don't know why he said that.
Right. The bartender from Freetown was like, nah, he didn't make it. Like, wait, what? Yeah, he did.
Except he did. You mean he didn't make it to town? Yeah. But back to your question.
He didn't make it to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that I don't know. I think that because Boba Fett is an idiot, and it's been proven time and time again that he is, I think that he just went, beat him up and left.
Nah, I think it's because they have a past.
Right.
Yeah. If he left them like this, knowing that he didn't fully finish them, he knows. It's like, nah, good enough kind of thing.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying it's
because
a smart move.
If you're a crime lord, you don't just let your enemies walk off into the desert, get healed up, and come back.
No, you put him in carbonite and hang him on your wall as a trophy and be like, don't fuck with me, because look.
But no, I don't think he would do that. Put him in
carbonite or kill him?
Put him in carbonite.
Oh, I think that'd be a baller move.
I like the carbonite move.
But I don't think you would.
I don't think
if you do that, break the controls at least. So no one can...
So yeah.
Put a code on it, maybe. Something.
Fingerprint pass.
Yeah, fingerprint pass, something.
Retinal scan.
Tongue print.
No, they'll probably just go with the thing that R2 can unlock everywhere.
Yeah.
A little access point. Yeah.
All right. So overall, can we agree that the Book of Boba Fett was a great little Mando tie-in to the next season, and the highlights were all Mando related?
Mando stuff, yeah. I mean, that little jump that he did from the cart, that was just the cutest thing ever.
Their reunion should have been in a better place.
Yes, I agree. I felt
I wanted
I wanted it to be, it was rushed, and even she says it. She's like, "Now's not the time," but it's like, well, then maybe you should have made time. Yeah, it was, but yeah.
Well, she was going into town not knowing that there were 2 scorpion droids running around wrecking the place. So
you don't hear the explosions, all that stuff.
No.
Yeah, I also thought that was weird because she's like pulling over, like she's pulling in, and then, hey, there you are, and then you can hear the commotion. Right?
It's like behind you. Like you came onto the street, you made a left. Had you made a right, you would have been right into the scorpion droid. Like it was right there.
Also, does she not have his phone number? They're called comms.
Oh my God.
I know he has a comm. I've seen him use it.
Well, she's never been off the planet. She's not,
She's working on his ship and stuff, and never just call me.
I've dated a Java. Oh my gosh.
That's why I knew we were talking about Boba Fett. That's why I used this for this episode.
Oh, teeny.
But yeah, I mean,
there were so many cool moments, right? Like the Crate Dragon's skull on the sand crawler, and even the flashbacks. Like there were so many really cool moments, but it just felt, take out the Mandalorian stuff, right? Take out the Mandalorian fighting the armorer and Vizsla with the Darksaber. Take out Luke and Ahsoka with Grogu. Like take all of that out. The Book of Boba Fett had really cool moments scattered throughout, but overall it just felt like, and it's Star Wars, and I'll watch everything Star Wars, and I love that we're living in an area.
Keep making it.
Yeah, we keep getting Star Wars stuff, but man, it was a big miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to discourage them from continuing to make Star Wars stuff at all. I will watch it all. Lifetime consumer of Star Wars.
Like
I can watch
not everything can be great,
I can watch the scene in the ship with Grogu and with his little ball.
No,
I can watch that over and over. Yep. Oh my God! At first, like the first time I watched it, I thought, "Oh, he wants to go on his lap. Like he doesn't want to be separate." Yep. It's like, pew.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's a child. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty much what we're saying. A bunch of fan service moments didn't come together. I mean, that's episode 9 for me. There's a lot of cool moments in it that does not come together well. And I think this is the same kind of whatever creative minds were working together to make Mandalorian, they looked somewhere else while this was being made. And they let some of that old, let's just make Star Wars fun stuff creep in, and they got to get their. I mean, I don't want to have to wait like for one season, a year on this. I want more Star Wars, sure, but you got to get some people that know how to make stories first. Like, here's the thing: if you take the Mandalorian and you remove Star Wars from it, you've got a great Western, like an amazing Western. Right?
Yeah.
Great. But if you take Boba Fett and you remove Star Wars from it, you've got the worst gangster movie ever.
It's rough.
Ever. It's comical. Jack Black should be playing him.
You have a summer after school Hallmark movie. That's what you have.
Yeah, it's awful. And you got to get people who care about the story more than they do Star Wars first.
Which you have in Favreau and Filoni. Like, they care about it.
Right. That's what I'm saying, is it does not feel like they really paid that much attention to it.
No, you need to take it, wrap it up in a box, find out when Bryce Dallas Howard's birthday is, and hand it to her.
Yeah.
And say, this is now yours. Like,
yes, she needs to be making a series all by herself.
Yeah.
Isn't she making the Obi-Wan?
Is she? Oh, I
I
hope so.
thought I
Someone
read
look that up.
something.
I will be so happy.
She's
if
the
that's true.
showrunner for Obi. That would be amazing.
I thought I
Yes.
read something.
I
Now
love
I
every
gotta-
Mandalorian episode that she worked on. There's a movie called The End Game coming out. I'm sorry, that title's already taken.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan. Let's see who the
Oh, if
director
it is, that would be killer. We're gonna have
Let's
to do an
see.
episode on Obi-Wan predictions too, because I want to know what you think.
Oh yeah, that'd be well.
Oh, here you go. There's your
Oh
Obi.
no, it's
Oh,
Deborah
okay.
Chow. Yeah. Just as I look up. Never mind.
Train wreck of a story without Star Wars. It's
Yeah.
you're damn right.
Yeah, you can't start this stuff with, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool to see Boba Fett on the Rancor?" You have to say, "Let's make a great story," and then apply it to Star Wars.
It had so much potential too. I think the trailer at the end of Mando 2, Mando 1, where was the one where he walked in and shot Bib and took the throne?
That was at the
That's
end of 2.
End of 2. Because we
End of
haven't seen
2?
we haven't
Yep.
seen 3 yet.
That scene was better than almost every scene in just the Book of Boba Fett stories.
That was the
I
only
know,
time
and
he ever
that-
actually like.
And that's
Sure.
what I was saying earlier, is like this is the impression we were left with
Yeah.
of where it's heading, and then it went like pew.
Like Chris was saying. Like the
Yeah.
gangster note, I'm not taking any shit from anybody. You're all done. Stepping in, I'm killing you, I'm taking your throne, I'm moving your dead body. Let's go.
Gangster, yeah.
And then it was like, nah, just charge less for your water, man.
I mean, we watched him take out like a whole brigade of stormtroopers with just a stick, and it, and then,
Mhm.
and maybe some knee missiles or whatever you call those, and then, throughout the whole series, we just see him get his ass kicked by nobodies.
Yeah.
It took him, what, 6 episodes to be fully healed by the back to tank?
3.
Felt like 6.
Well, yeah, sure.
Well, 2 of them were Mando anyway, so.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was a big miss, unfortunately, and I wish that it could have at least left me with an impression of, well, at least I like Boba Fett more, but I like him less.
Yeah.
I like him less as a character, and that's the
Definitely.
biggest miss of all.
I kind of so there was a little bit of meta in this though, right? Like the episode where he stood around and he didn't do anything is really a callback to what he did in the movies, right? Like when we see Boba Fett, he's standing around doing nothing, right? He's more of a bodyguard. He's up with the other bounty hunters being told what to do by Vader. He's in the hallway on Bespin, like being told what to do, like just standing around as like a thing. And that episode where he just kind of stood around, to me, was like, oh yeah, well, that's what he did. Like we saw him in Jedi assert some effort and then get embarrassed. So why exert effort? Just stand around and let other people do it, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, the way that they brought him into the Mando series to begin with, you were expecting something way different.
Oh my God. Yeah. To Chris's point, that tag was like, holy shit, this is going to be just straight up badass.
Well, no,
like,
but not just that, but like even when he shows up with his ship and comes at, like he wants his armor, like he comes across as, he's going to be badass.
This sounds like I'm going off topic, but I'm not. Have either of you watched Jack Reacher yet, the series? Okay, I suggest it. And I'm not spoiling anything about it. But the reason why I bring it up is because you're watching it thinking, finally, a series where the character does everything they're supposed to be doing in that moment. They don't do the stupid thing where they leave the person living who's going to come back and all that stuff. Like every time you watch the person do stuff, if you just took that story and put it in Star Wars, that's what I'd rather see. Something with like real, like someone you could be impressed with. There was never a moment he did anything that impressed me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he didn't even hit anybody in a cool way, like with his shots or anything.
I mean, the coming in on the Rancor was probably his coolest moment.
Which, unfortunately, they told us was going to happen. So,
well, you guys didn't believe it?
Well, I thought they would save something instead of try to cram everything into one episode, but...
Yeah.
I mean, save what you can from a sinking ship, right?
Yeah.
Why say, "Oh, he's too young to do it right now," when 2 days later you're going to be writing him? Like, why put that line in there?
Didn't
Yeah.
he seem much bigger too? Like he went through a growth spurt in that
Yes.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, he looked huge.
Yeah.
What's he feeding? Not people, because Boba Fett doesn't kill people or whatever.
No, don't Rancors only eat Gamorreans and Jedi Knights?
Just Gamorreans.
Oh, he tried to eat the Jedi Knight.
Yeah, he just wanted to play.
Tasty. Yeah, he was just playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sad. It had such potential when you see that one. You're like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And then it's kind of like, what am I even... Like we talked about, like Katia, you were saying in Mando, when we hear him walking up to Fennec and you hear the spurs, like that was kind of, oh shit. And then in Mando, we see Slave One again. Like that would have been a great reveal, right? It's in Jabba's palace. He's got to get it back. Even that moment was like, like riding the Rancor. Yeah, we knew he got it back. Like he was flying it. Like even
if in the Mandalorian he had some other ship, right? Because he didn't really do anything badass with that ship anyway, other than in fact, the only cool thing he did was release the sonic explosion thing, killed those TIE fighters, right? So he could have done that in another ship that he'd taken or stolen from whatever. But if he had that, and then you finally see Slave One on his thing, it's like they didn't save anything good for this series.
No.
Yeah.
It was all like an afterthought. Maybe not all. Or like a really good trailer for Mando 3.
Yeah.
This is another good point too. Again, with the sets and stuff. You got that huge palace, and all you do is show us one room and the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we saw the kitchen with Grievous.
You did see the kitchen. That's true. Whenever he went to go to get Slave One, you saw that a little bit more in there.
Yep, through the tunnels, right? The rabbit droid. There was more stuff going on there for that one scene. Otherwise, it was the bedroom, the Playboy Mansion bedroom with the robes. And the main, we didn't even see, like, there wasn't the wall where the Jabba's thing moved. Like, even the grate felt smaller.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Obi-Wan Kenobi is where all their focus went.
Yeah, they better not fuck that up. And maybe they will. I mean, it sucks. I don't want to see Obi get ruined, but as long as they don't fuck up Ahsoka.
God.
Like, do that right, man. If you're bringing in Thrawn and you're bringing back Ezra and we're going to see Hera and Chopper, like you're going to do this whole Rebels thing. You did her well in Mando. Don't fuck that series up. Like
and she was good in Boba because people from Mando were handling it, which is fine.
Yep. There's a lot riding on Kenobi as a character. He's got a big following, so that can't be bad. But man, if you had to put Ahsoka and Obi like one ahead of the other, I gotta make sure that Ahsoka is done properly.
Yeah,
Obi's gonna do itself. Like Ewan is gonna be amazing. The fact that it's him and Anakin, I hope it's not too much fan service. Don't make any like coy jokes about sand. Like, just we get it, right? We took it out of the prequels. We understand. But man,
yeah, I agree. I don't see Filoni. I mean, Filoni, I believe, has said that she's his favorite too. I mean, that he was there from the start with her. So
Plo is his favorite.
Who?
Plo Koon is his favorite. Ahsoka is one of his, and he created her, but Plo is his favorite.
That feels like a throwaway like answer, because he only had like maybe like a handful of episodes in which he had something to do in the Clone Wars. So.
It's still his favorite. So
here's a question. I don't know if I asked this before or not, but do you think that Boba Fett in Empire Strikes Back knew that Darth Vader killed Mace Windu, the killer of his father?
Probably not.
Yeah, I would say no.
Why?
How
Again,
Think about it this way.
There are some
The-
things that seem to never be spoken.
Right, but think about it this way. The Emperor goes in front of the Senate and says, the Jedi tried to kill me and we have to wipe them out. You're going to need to give a little bit more than that eventually. People are going to want to know the story. There's got to be books written. It's a political thing.
Yeah,
There's
but
gotta-
do you
news
think that
articles.
he's there for every meeting?
No. What I'm saying is the Emperor's got to tell the story. And on top of that, he's got Darth Vader, who he's putting out there as like his right hand. He's going to want to like up his name a little bit. So he's going to say Darth Vader saved me from the Jedi and killed Mace Windu, who was trying to kill me. And Mace Windu's a big name. He was the Grand Council guy before Yoda, before the war. He's a huge name. Everybody knows who he was. So the Emperor's like, I mean, think about it. If somebody in the U.S. or Canada or wherever, any country said there was an assassination attempt, we're going to get that story. Whether it's a dictatorship or a democracy or an empire, there's going to be a story of propaganda going out there. Of course, they're going to say Mace Windu was part of it. They probably even have Senate footage of him attacking or coming in, all that stuff. And he's going to want Vader to be promoted as a hero that saved the Emperor and all this stuff. So that story's got to be out there. So that could mean that Boba Fett hears Mace Windu was finally killed, the person who killed his father, and he finds out Darth Vader did it. And then one day he hears Darth Vader wants bounty hunters, and he's like, yeah, 100%, I owe that dude. He might not even known he was working for the worst of the worst. And that characterization kind of goes with the Boba Fett we've learned about now.
No, but there was no mention of any of that, though, in what we know now. Also, you think the Emperor would have said Anakin killed Mace and not he killed Mace? Because it was the Emperor that did it, not Anakin.
No. He in episode 3 or so, episode 3, he says the attempt on my life left me scarred and blah blah blah, kind of thing. He doesn't want to present himself as being a Force user. That was a hidden secret. So he's got to have somebody who saved him. How did they get stopped and stuff? And he wants Darth Vader to have authority and respect throughout his empire. So of course he'd tout him off as being, and plus Darth Vader took the 501st and killed off everybody. It helps sell the story. I would find it implausible that Darth Vader isn't known as being the one that saved the Emperor and killed the Jedi. They would have painted him as a hero and all their propaganda and stuff.
So then you think that Boba would still have wanted to work for...
I think he would have jumped at the chance. I think he would have done it for free.
The man that avenged your father's death.
Yeah. I mean, he tried to kill Mace Windu.
He would have had like a plan or like a hope that he can take him down. That's what you mean.
No.
I think he
Darth Vader would have been Boba's hero because Darth Vader would have been the one that killed Mace.
Oh, yeah.
Mace killed his father.
Yeah.
Right.
I see the line. That's interesting.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, like, it doesn't change anything, but it would have been interesting to, like whenever Cad Bane was saying he worked for the Empire.
Yeah.
He, could have said, I worked for the man who killed the person who murdered my father.
It would have been a nice little mini story instead of him being tied up on a pole with a rat trying to eat him.
I don't know. Anyway. Well, hopefully we destroyed everybody's love of Boba Fett. Let's see, what else can we
did that.
Now, I actually posted this big, long post covering every episode.
I know, I read it.
Oh, did you? Okay. So, and not a lot of people answered back to it. Some people did and stuff, but there's a certain level of not liking it when people crap on the things you love, and I get that. So I don't want to do this all the time. I don't want to do it at all. I wanted to love it, but
there were parts that were lovable. There were moments that were like, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then there were other parts that were just like, I could have drawn something on my monstrosity board that was better than what you did.
I want to redesign those bikes.
I was gonna say, which we get to see again on the outro.
That's true.
Oh, right.
I'm so happy that thing lives. So funny.
So if you did miss it, I have a new intro that I made, and we could use it as the outro right now if you want.
I love it.
Since we're
Are we going to the Discord for a bit?
Yeah, we'll run over the Discord and probably complain more about Boba. No, I'm kidding. We don't have to.
No, I hope not.
We talk about other things.
Although we
talk
could
about how awesome Obi-Wan will be. Let's
Sure.
leave out on a positive note, right?
All right.
All right. So
here's a point.
True. Yeah, I was okay after episode 3 if it had gotten better, but So to your point, I think I might not have put the Discord link in the description this time. If you're watching it later, I definitely did after the live, but come join us in Discord. We're always in the Bat Cave talking after the episodes here.
You can go to if you're watching live, just go to our channel and go to another episode. It'll have the link there too.
Right.
Like and subscribe.
Yes. Like and subscribe. I got a little banner for that. Whee! Like and subscribe.
And then next week we'll have Evan on the show. I'm so excited.
Very excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, Evan's a good dude. He'll be fun to talk to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me pull up the intro so those who missed it can see it, and then we'll say goodbye. Bye, everybody.
I still see a bowl of cereal too for Chris.
Yeah, I'll
like
fix
a bowl
that.
of cereal. Well,
I'll change it for next week.
Sometimes you're like eating soup before we start the show, so that was your little nod of like.
That's true.
Oh my god, that's great.
I noticed more this time around. I hadn't realized that there were like dark graphics, like the monster
behind it.
It's like components like flying, and then you have Batman. I had only seen the Batman the first time around, so I had missed the previous stuff.
I missed Chris's entire thing. I had no idea. I didn't even see him. I'm like, why would he just put us? That's not. You got to do your own too.
Oh, weird.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you over in the Discord.